Hello, everyone. I'm coming to you live from the void. And you might be asking yourself, where'd Jesse go? Jesse is gone. He disappeared. But in his place, I have a small surprise to show you. Do you guys want to see? I have a surprise. Do you guys want slow reveal or fast reveal for the surprise? Okay, do you want slow reveal or fast reveal? Also, let me, hold on. Oh, Alyssa says fast reveal? Okay, well, in that instance, all right, fast reveal coming in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. I'm a perfume. This is a thing. This is what we're doing. We're perfumes over here. And yes, Alyssa. So I only told a couple people that I was doing this. I believe I told Mimu. I believe I told Thornside Gaming. I believe I told Nick. And that might have been it, actually. And other than that, I wanted to keep this a secret for as long as possible. But yes, I am a perfume. And this is going to be the thing. But while I'm here, while I'm a perfume, just let me get my hellos in. Hello, Akamelissa. Hello, Patat. Hello, Mimu. Hello, Mistakes. Hello, Pelagium. Hello, Trick Me. Hello, Woozy Dice. Thank you guys so much for being here. How do I sound? I am on a headset mic at this moment, and I know it doesn't sound the most amazing. But as long as you can hear me, as long as I'm not too quiet, then it'll do for now. Okay, I sound clear? Good. It sounds fine. Well, since I am technically a VTuber now, and I wasn't planning on, being a VTuber, I wasn't on my bucket list. It was never on my vision board to be a VTuber. But since I am one now, I have prepared another surprise, because every VTuber needs debut slides. So I would like to bring you over to this strategic pitch presentation by first name, last name. All right, everyone. So Q3 just ended, and we're going into Q4. And I'm really concerned about us meeting our accounts receivable. There's been accusations of fraud in our accounts. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. This is the wrong one. Let me get the right one going. I mean to say, welcome to the Fumery by Uncle Jesse. So, since every VTuber needs debut slides, we have our debut slides here, and I'd like to welcome you all to the Fumery. Some things about me. My name is Jesse. You can also call me Uncle Jesse. You can also call me Dude. My age is somewhere between 1 and 99. I'll let you take a guess at where exactly it is. And my occupation is perfume bottle. It is not my actual occupation. My actual occupation is a pretty boring desk job, but here I can be a perfume bottle, which is what I always should have been. Some more things. Every VTuber needs likes and dislikes. You guys can go ahead and update the VTuber wiki with all this information. Jesse's likes include Mega Man, include Homestar Runner, Heavy Metal, Gratitude, board games, and of course the Apostle Paul. And Jesse's dislikes include complaining and tendinitis. You were hoping I was 100 mistakes? I'm sorry, I'm not 100. It's 99 at max, okay? 99 is as high as it goes. Unfortunately, you know, I wanted to have more of a more of a fleshed out dislikes list, but I realized there aren't actually that many things that I dislike besides complaining. I needed a more boring one, like spiders, or I don't know, something controversial like chicken nuggets, but I think I'm a pretty chill guy overall. And I didn't have that many dislikes. But yeah, go ahead and update the VTuber wiki with that, now that you know all my likes and dislikes. Some more fun facts about Uncle Jesse. One, Uncle Jesse owns way too many perfumes. I think that should be obvious, but the last time I counted, it was over 80. And thankfully, that number has actually not gone up because I have only been getting rid of bottles. I have not been buying more of them. I actually plan on offloading a bunch of my collection because I just have way too much. Woozy, I do not actually dislike chicken nuggets. I was just saying if I needed something controversial to say, that's what I would say. But I'm not that controversial. I'm not edgy enough. I'm not edgy enough for Twitch, man. You gotta be edgy to be a Twitch streamer. Another fun fact about old Jesse is he maintains an ever-growing list of dad jokes, which is currently at over 850 jokes. Woozy has seen most of that list at this point. He also maintains an ever-growing list of Bible jokes, which he does not share as often, but that list is currently at over 250 jokes. And maybe eventually I'll get to show off that list as well. Jesse was formerly a speedcuber before suffering from hand injuries, and he was also formerly an economics tutor before escaping from college, because let's face it, they were keeping me in there like it was a prison. Some things that Uncle Jesse still does. Jesse still buys physical CDs. Jesse still owns his childhood Nintendo 64. And Jesse is still a GCD guy on the guitar. No matter how long he's been playing guitar, he has not evolved past that point. He will never learn a solo. Unless maybe he does. You know, it might happen. Also, I just realized I'm referring to myself in the third person. That's kind of funny, isn't it? Also, a fun fact about Jesse that most of you already know is Jesse owns a little floof monster named Maya. She is the flavor of a toasted coconut. Did I say flavor? I meant she is the color of a toasted coconut. She is the flavor of a dog. That's her flavor, but she's the color of a toasted coconut. She is also known for sometimes perfectly disguising herself as a four-legged rug. She is also known for being extremely needy. If I come home from work, she will not stop howling until I pet her. How do I know her flavor? That is a good question. I have not eaten Maya, I promise. I have not eaten Maya. No eating dogs happens here. That is bad, and that would make me a bad person. For the record, she's not toasted coconut flavor either. She's the color of a toasted coconut. Alyssa is glad I'm not a dog eater. Thank you. Alyssa asked if your Uncle Jesse, are we all your nieces and nephews? So actually a funny story about that. People have asked me if the nickname Uncle Jesse came from Full House, and the answer is no, it did not. The name Uncle Jesse just came from when my nephew was born, and he has called me Uncle Jesse for pretty much his entire life, and the name Uncle Jesse has stuck. Lots of people call me Uncle Jesse now. It's kind of funny. So it did not come from Full House. It came from being an IRL uncle, and I think it's a name I'm glad to stick with. I like being an uncle. I love all my nephews. I do not have any nieces, only nephews. My poor mother has 8 grandchildren, all of them boys. And I might be her last chance. I might be her last chance to give her a girl. But then I wouldn't be Uncle Jesse. Then I would be Dad Jesse. And I don't know if I'm ready to be Dad Jesse yet, but I'm perfectly content continuing to be Uncle Jesse. Okay, so I want to say one more time, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for all the positivity and all the kind words. All of you guys who are here, you guys mean so much to me. And because of that, I also want to give one shout out to someone who could not be here. Two people actually who could not be here because they are currently in Hawaii. And you know what? Fair. If I was in Hawaii, I wouldn't want to tune into my friend's dinky little Twitch stream. But I want to give a very special thanks and shout out to our Z-Roll. These guys are buddies of mine, and if you like Disney, or if you just like travel videos, they do travel videos and they do Disney videos. And they are very good friends of mine, and they encouraged me to give this a shot. They gave me, I know it sounds cliche, but they gave me their blessing to go for it, because I wasn't sure if I should do this or not. And after talking with them, they told me to go for it. And so if it weren't for these guys, I might not be doing this. So a very special thanks to Justin and Lacey of our Z-Roll. And with that, I want to say thank you and enjoy the stream. But I actually have one question. Do you guys want to go over the About Me? Well, first of all, let me just show. We have exclamation commands. Oh, exclamation commands is showing both Nightbot and myself. I'll have to fix that later. But Plagium stream is not over already. Hello, welcome. So we have a bunch of commands here, but one of those commands is exclamation about me. And if you go to exclamation about me, it will link you to a Google Doc with all your Uncle Jesse questions answered here. If you guys want, we could go over the About Me. This is not something I'm going to do probably more than once, but I figure since we're all here, we're all gathered together, now might be the time to give it a quick read. What do you guys think? Also, man. Today's been a crazy day. I had a talk with a supervisor today. Sorry, this is so off topic. I had a talk with my boss's boss's boss today, the bureau chief. And every time I manage to talk to someone who is much higher up the ladder than I am, I'm just happy if I can walk away from the conversation not being fired. Because every time I pass by the bureau chief or the director in the hallway, I'm just crossing my fingers like, please don't fire me on the spot. That would be great. And thankfully, I walked out of that conversation having not been fired. So, you know, that's just a sign that today's a good day. That's a sign that today is a favorable and blessed day. All right, Woozy says, let's do it. All right, let's do it. Let's go through the About Me. Again, I'm probably not going to do this more than once, but let's talk about some more all your Uncle Jesse questions answered right here. So first, what's your name? You can call me Jesse. Some people call me Uncle Jesse, and some people call me Dude. But you can just call me Jesse. How long have you been making perfume? I started making perfume in 2022, and when I started, I was not good at it. But I am getting better, little by little. I am still learning, and honestly, the biggest reason... There you go. It should be a little bigger for you guys now. The biggest reason I didn't want to start off just hopping straight into perfume streams, two reasons. One was the equipment, and two was I just feel like my skills are not at the point yet where I want to do it on camera. Doing it just with myself is one thing, but doing it on camera feels like I want to be able to be pretty confident in what I'm doing before I record myself or live stream myself. So that is one reason. The other reason just being I need more space. But eventually it will happen. We're actually going to talk about that a little later. How did you get into this? That is a very good question. I told someone I was making a Jesse fact, and they said, you should say, how did you get into this? The answer is I started out as a collector. I was fascinated by the world of fragrances. I wanted to try everything. You may have already heard, I have over 80 sitting in drawers and closets. And so once I had amassed a large collection, I tried making blends. I tried making blends that brought together the best parts of many fragrances. And after that, the next natural step was to learn how to do it from scratch. And it's been a crazy, weird journey of a hobby. I feel like the skill ceiling, to use a video game term, is just so high. And there's just there's so much more to learn. I feel like it's an endless well of information. And if you've ever browsed Fragrantica, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And honestly, if you're not already a perfume nerd, I would not recommend browsing Fragrantica. Because it's an endless rabbit hole. Fragrantica, you go on there thinking, okay, I want to buy a thing. What's a good recommendation? What's something I could buy that's good for me, a regular normal person? And then all of a sudden you're hit with articles for like finding your winter and summer fragrance, finding your morning and evening fragrance, finding the fragrance to wear if you want to wear amber, finding the fragrance you want to wear if you want to wear citrus, finding the fragrance you want to wear, the top 20 best tobacco scents all compared. And you're like, well, I guess I gotta buy all 20 of those now to smell the difference. So I would not recommend browsing Fragrantica unless you're already as done in as I am. How do I buy a perfume? This is something that I will admit I still need to figure out. Some of you know I've been having a lot of trouble trying to figure out shipping lately. I was browsing around shipping services, reading all the Reddit articles, having a mess of a time. So I still need to figure out shipping, but once I do, perfumes will be added to the Ko-fi store, and then this section will be updated. And I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing it for, I mean, selling perfume for money is definitely the wrong reason to do it in the first place. I just want to share what I do with people. And if people like what I make, then that makes me really happy. And that was honestly the last time I sold perfume at a convention. Someone came up to my booth and said, hey, you've got the talent, just keep doing it. And that was probably the best part of the whole day. Better than breaking even. I was going to say better than the money. It wasn't even money, it was just breaking even. But better than breaking even, or better than even coming away with a profit, was just hearing someone say that they liked what I made. And that was a great time. And you know what? I need to sell at a convention again. That was a good time. So, important questions. What is your favorite game and what is your favorite Homestar Runner cartoon? My favorite game is Mega Man X. Once you get moving and grooving in Mega Man X, it is just a one-of-a-kind experience. Wild Ninetales. You know what? I'm gonna catch that Ninetales. Let's go. I'm so glad I added the Pokemon community bot, because now I get to catch more Pokemon. It's great. But yes, once you get moving and grooving in Mega Man X, it is a one-of-a-kind experience. You just feel so awesome. No other game makes me feel like I am so sick like the Mega Man games do, and Mega Man X is absolutely the best at that. And Sibby is the best Homestar Runner cartoon because it is the only Homestar Runner cartoon in which someone suplexes a radio. And I mean, you suplex a radio. What more is there to say? I wish I want to suplex a radio. What is your favorite emote? This is not an important question. It's just something I wanted to be silly and talk about. The best emote by far is Kevin Turtle. I don't know why this emote is not more popular. I feel like the amount of coolness in this emote compared to how much I see it used is like most underrated Twitch emote by a mile. Look at this dude. He's got the shades. He's got the face. He don't care. Oh, is the best Twitch emote actually Floofy, huh? Oh, is that what you guys are saying? I think I understand. If you believe the best Twitch emote is Floofy, huh? Then, that's a fair choice. That is a fair choice. You are valid, my friend. Floofy, huh, is also a great emote. But, maybe I just like Kevin Turtle, if that's okay. And Begwan is a close second, because just Megwan is funny. I don't know. It's the perfect emote to complement a dad joke. Mystix's most used emote is LOL. LOL is like, how do I put this? LOL is like the baseline for a good emote. Like, anything better than LOL is a great emote, and anything worse than LOL is a bad emote. LOL is your litmus test. LOL is the gold standard. LOL is a good emote, and yeah, any emotes that are worse than LOL, it's like, nah, we don't deal with those. Any emotes that are better than LOL is like, this is top tier. A question that I have gotten is, will I stream perfume making? And eventually. The answer is eventually. Alyssa, you've been using the Chuya screaming emote a lot. Oh my goodness. I love that emote. That is amazing. Also, I just love Chuya. I mean, any emote with Chuya in it is a pretty good we need the emote tier list. Oh my gosh. I feel like when I first got into Twitch, this is actually something I considered putting on the fun facts, and I didn't end up putting on the fun facts. But I created my Twitch account in like 2010, 2011. If it was 2010, I would have been 13 at the time. Oh shoot, I just screwed up the hiding my age. Oopsie. But in 2010, there were not a lot of emotes, and sub emotes were barely even a thing. No, it's all right. It's all right, Mimu. Sub emotes were barely a thing, and most of your chat was in global emotes. And now I feel like people don't even like think about global emotes. They're just not even a thing. And because the global emotes were so limited, right? That's one of the reasons that that BTTV and Franker Faces became popular, and BTTV and Franker Faces became so popular, and Twitch like also got so bad sometimes that they kind of became necessary. So, oh my gosh, you guys are both bad at math. I'm sorry that you guys are both bad at math. Unfortunately, math is part of my job, so I have to be good at math. But yeah, people wanted more emotes, so they turned to BTTV and Franker Faces, and then BTTV and Franker Faces just added so many features that Twitch was missing, and then it got to the point where you basically need add-ons to have the full Twitch experience. And some people would argue that Twitch as a platform has suffered from the fact that, you know, you kind of need extensions. And I am some people. That's me. I'm arguing that. Some people would argue, and I am some people. But now it's funny because a lot of people don't even know that BTTV and FFZ exist, because things like animated emotes and things that before were like exclusive features to those add-ons, Twitch is adding some of those back in. It's like its competition is its own community, which I think is interesting. I mean, it's not the only industry where that happens. But anyway, all that to say, I will stream perfume making eventually. And maybe eventually I'll make a global emote tier list. But I feel like there are so many global emotes that I don't even know. Will I ship internationally? This is the next question. Will I ship internationally? With sincere apologies to my Canadian friends, I know there's a couple of you. My current plans are only to ship within the United States. Unfortunately, perfume is a hazardous material. When you go to the post office to ship perfume, you do have to label it as a potentially hazardous material. And shipping a potentially hazardous material within the United States is fine. It's just a bit of hassle. Shipping hazardous materials outside of the United States is so bad. Like, it is so bad. And that is actually the reason why a lot of perfume companies do not ship internationally. A lot of like European perfumers will only ship within Europe. A lot of American perfumers will only ship within America. A lot of Canadian perfumers will only ship within Canada. It's just this crazy thing where, you know, it's a problem when the product that you're selling is technically explosive. You really don't want it to catch fire, unless you're doing it on purpose, but please, we're not 13 here. But yes, because the product is potentially explosive, potentially flammable, it is very headache-inducing to try to ship across borders. And I wish, Mystics, I wish I could stream to you, or I wish I could ship to you. If Avery was here, I'd be telling Avery, I wish I could ship to you. It's just the unfortunate reality of what we do. But that being said, that actually goes right into the next question. When is my next convention? And conventions will be announced on Instagram as they come up. I may try to get into KrampusCon this year. I sold for KrampusCon in 2022. Oh, I'm sorry, Mistakes. You were hoping to smell as good as me. I don't know if you want a Jessie scent. That would be weird. You might want a Jessie's favorite perfume scent, but just like literally smelling like Jessie. That sounds kind of messed up, actually. So conventions are announced on Instagram, and I am thinking of going to KrampusCon this year. I will let you guys know if that happens. So about a year ago, I tried to get into Gem State Comic Con, which is the biggest convention in the Treasure Valley. And unfortunately, I missed the signups by about a day. And after like one day, the signups were all gone. So I was one day late for signups, and because of that, no Gem State Comic Con. No Comic Con for you. And so KrampusCon is a much smaller convention, so signups for that haven't even started yet. So I will try to get on top of that as well. I just miss doing it. I miss just the experience of getting out there, and I miss the experience of meeting new people and taking pictures of everyone's cosplays. What about Maya? Are you saying, Mimu, are you saying I should make a Maya scent? That also is maybe not a great idea. Mistakes, you're off work. Good job, man. Good job. Congratulations on getting off work. A Maya scent would be like, it would smell like hair. Pretend she smells like toasted coconut. Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Pretend she smells like toasted coconut. Ooh. But yeah, fun fact about Maya. This is not a Jessie fact. This is a Maya fact. Her hair just gets everywhere. So if for whatever reason you ever see me in person, there's a decent chance I might be covered in Maya hair. Yeah, we brush her, we give her haircuts and everything, and it just does not stop. Maya marshmallow. You know, I actually made a marshmallow scent once for my sister. This was during my last round of Christmas presents, which was last year. And who was it? Someone told me that my sister liked marshmallow scents, and I was like, cool, I'm going to make her a marshmallow scent. I'd never done it before. I'd never even tried it before, but I found something that was marshmallowy and I used it as a base, and I ended up making something for her that she really liked. So that was a real good time. Question, why do you make perfume? The answer is because it's fun. There's really no other reason. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I think it's awesome. And what other reason is there? You know, something I've learned about hobbies is that if they stop being fun, you gotta either take a break or do something else. I mentioned speed cubing earlier. The main reason I quit speed cubing was because of the hand injury. That unfortunately makes it pretty hard. But unfortunately, another reason was that it stopped being fun. I was part of a Facebook group that was pretty toxic, and so my interactions with the community were not super positive. there was the hand injury, and yeah, I quit for a while. And so I want to keep making perfume because it's fun. And that's also why I've taken long breaks in making perfume, because if it stops being fun, I know I just need to take a break and come back when I'm ready. Because if I'm not having fun with it, then I'm not doing it right. And, you know, obviously getting ready for a convention, that's stressful. I could say, in a sense, I was having negative fun when I was getting ready for KrampusCon the last time I sold there. But that was outweighed by the overwhelming positive fun of being there and selling and stuff. So that's, you know, that's why I do it. I do it because it's fun. Last two questions. Second to last question, is it true that you're a Christian? This is something that a couple people have not asked about, but just inquired about, I guess. Yes, and this is something I want to be clear. I don't want to use this Twitch channel as a platform to preach, but it's a part of who I am, and I spent way too many years of my life just being shy about it and being kind of ashamed about it almost. But it's true, and it's a part of my life. And many years ago, I was really depressed. I was really hopeless. I spent about 2 years of my life going through some of the worst times I could imagine. I spent about 2 years of my life going through things that I would not wish on anyone. But when I was at the lowest point in my life, Jesus came down, he reached out, he took my hand, he pulled me up, and he is the reason I keep on going. So I want to emphasize this: no matter where you are on your own spiritual journey, you're welcome here. I might talk about it on occasion just because it's part of my life, but I don't plan on using this as a platform to preach. Final question, is it true that you're a silly bean? The answer is also yes. We're silly beans here. We are silly, and we're not afraid to be silly beans. Thank you guys for letting me yap at you. Thank you guys for letting me read through all that. And with that, I have another question. And that question is, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Oh, geez, it's happening again. Are you guys ready for some Mega Man? There we go. So, Mistakes is ready. Great. Let me turn down this Animal Crossing kind of playlist. This is not actual Animal Crossing music. It's just very Animal Crossing-esque. Or Animal Cresk, you could say. Ah, Woozy, you got the Mega Man emotes. Are those are from Little Mixer? Yes. Dude, he's got the Mega Man. He's already ready. He's so prepared. Oh my gosh. So, the reason I wanted to play Mega Man, and if we have time, we'll also play Mega Man 2, is because these are comfort games for me. Mega Man and Mega Man 2 are games I've played so many times. And there's just, I mean, like I said, when you get moving and grooving, you feel like the awesomest person on the planet. But especially for Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2, they just feel comfy to me. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's just because I played them a lot. I have played Mega Man 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I've played like a few minutes of Mega Man 10 in my life. I have Mega Man 11 somewhere on Steam, but haven't actually played it. I've played a handful of the X series, and I have tried to play the Zero series, but they are way too hard. So maybe someday we'll visit the Zero series and try to play through those. Because, yeah, I remember trying to play Mega Man Zero 2 and not being able to beat the first boss. And it feels demoralizing playing Mega Man Zero and not being able to beat the first boss. Mistakes, the first time you played Mega Man, you were 8. The first time I played Mega Man, I was probably also about that age. I had the GameCube version, and the GameCube version actually has a little blurb on the back that says, like, if you've never experienced Mega Man before, then come enjoy the fascinating world of Mega Man from beginning to end. And 7, 8-year-old me was like, oh my gosh, this game is like inviting me to go on this adventure. And yeah, I'm gonna go on an adventure with Mega Man. And then I tried playing them and I sucked at them. But then sometime later I tried playing them again and I sucked less at them. So yeah, this is Mega Man 1. For those who don't know, Mega Man 1 is easily the most jank Mega Man game. Easily the most they were just kind of trying to figure it out Mega Man game. Mega Man 2 is definitely where the series took off and they really knew what they were doing. But that doesn't mean this game isn't good. This game is awesome. So let's play. I'm going to start with Bomberman, because it's not Bomberman, Bombman. Bomberman is a different game. That's a different guy from a different game. Bombman is just the easiest one to start with. I'll usually start with either Bombman or Cutman. So, if you're wondering, what's the deal with Mega Man? What do you do in Mega Man? There's only two things you do in Mega Man. You jump, and you shoot. And that's it. It's a jump and shoot game. And we are gonna jump and shoot. We're gonna jump and shoot. We are gonna jump and shoot. And then we're gonna jump, and then we're gonna shoot, and then we're gonna jump and shoot. And that's it. That is the game. Alyssa, they look similar, but they're different. As in Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2, all the Mega Man games on NES do look pretty similar. They all run on, as far as I know, basically the same game engine. They all have the same sprites for Mr. Mega Man himself. The things that changed between games were kind of the physics. They changed the physics a lot between Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, which, again, is why Mega Man 1 feels the most jank, because it was when they were still figuring out the physics engine. Of course, the weapons change from game to game. The levels change from game to game. Ow, that was my face. What else changes from game to game? Oh, Mega Man 3 and 4 added new mechanics, so Mega Man 3 added the ability to slide. Oh, it's our buddy Joe. He's not actually our buddy, but his name is Joe. That's not even a joke, his name is Joe. Sniper Joe. Why? Oh, geez, there's another one. There's another Joe. We must defeat the Joes, that's what you do in this game. So Mega Man 3 added the ability to slide, Mega Man 4 added the ability to charge up shots, and then Mega Man 5 and 6 added some weird, kind of gimmicky mechanics. Mega Man 5 has... Does Mega Man 5 have beat? I can't remember. But then Mega Man 6 went all out and had, like, alternate forms for Mega Man, and if we play Mega Man 6, you'll see. Or you could also play Mega Man 6 on your own to find out about that. But if you're wondering which Mega Man game to start with, I would definitely recommend Mega Man 2 to start with. It's just the most approachable. It's also probably the easiest. And you'd love to play Bomberman with me one day? I'd love to play Bomberman with you too, Mistakes. I actually do like Bomberman. I know I said it as a speaking error, but Bomberman is actually a lot of fun. I tried to... this was a long time ago. I tried to set up 4-player Bomberman on the Super Nintendo on the Wii. And that might not make a lot of sense, but I had a version of SNES 9X that could run on the Wii. It's actually really cool. I would play Super Nintendo games on the Wii, and that was how I played games like Mega Man X and The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. It was just a cool way to play those games that maybe otherwise you wouldn't get to play on the Wii. So I had Bomberman on the Super Nintendo on the Wii, and Bomberman on the Super Nintendo has a 4-player mode, but unfortunately, SNES 9X for the Wii would not recognize 4 controllers, basically. I think if you're playing on regular SNES 9X, you'd have to check some box to turn on 4-player mode, and you could not check that box, and so we could not play 4-player Bomberman, and it was very sad. Anyway, we're already at our first boss fight. Let's go. So, Bomberman's not too hard. You just gotta run away. That's basically it. But this is also... Oh yeah, we gotta dodge these guys. I totally forgot about that. I dodged them on accident. Hello, Bomberman. Wait, did I call him okay, I called him Bomberman on purpose, but I might have also called it on accident. I don't even know what I'm saying. Alright, just dodge, and duck, and dip, and dive, and dodge. There we go. Easy peasy. Oh, man. I'm having so much fun, guys. I know it sounds silly for me to just say out loud I'm having so much fun as I'm playing the video game, but really, I'm having so much fun. Thank you for the GGs. Thank you for the GGs. We're gonna go to my boy Cutman. Cutman, actually, no joke, one of my favorite Mega Man character designs. I wanted to say one of my favorite Mega Man bosses. He's probably not one of my favorite bosses in terms of the boss fight, because his boss fight's actually annoying. But just in terms of the character design, I don't know. There's something about just a guy with big ol' scissors on his head, and his job is to cut things, and he's Cutman. It feels very cool, and it's almost, I don't know, it's almost, when I say that, does it sound like a Gen 1 Pokemon fan saying like, oh, the new Pokemon designs suck, Pokemon designs haven't been good since Gen 1? That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that Mega Man boss designs haven't been good since. There's just something about the kind of goofy simplicity of Cutman that's really, really funny. Goofy simplicity, I think that's a good way to put it. Because it's oops, oh no. We're already screwing everything up. We're already failing. Okay, we're getting back in. We're going back up. Vertical levels are always harder than horizontal levels, that's just a fact of life. But yeah, the goofy simplicity of it, because after a while, you know, when you were getting into like Mega Man 4, Mega Man 5, Mega Man 6, they had a hard time having those simple designs, right? They had to go for much more complicated designs, and that's why in Mega Man 6 you have Yamato Man. And 8-year-old me went, what the heck is a Yamato? 8-year-old me didn't know what a Yamato was. And then also, you know, kind of started reusing designs like Wave Man in Mega Man 5 and Splash Woman in Mega Man 9. Those are kind of just retreads of Bubble Man. But there's something to be said about how, even all the way back in Mega Man 1, you know, Mega Man 1, it's not like they were running out of ideas, but they wanted to make Cutman. They wanted to make Cutman because he was just a silly little guy. And that's reason enough. That you don't need to be running out of ideas just to make a silly little guy. Alright, this is gonna take a second just to get through these guys. How are you guys doing today? I've been yapping a lot, but I want to hear how you guys are doing. How is work? How is school? Jan, you got off work. I'm glad you got off work. Trick, I know you're in class right now. I have a couple friends who told me they were going to tune in, and I know they're driving home from work right now. But yeah, if you guys want to tell me how your day's going, if you guys want to tell me what kind of coffee you're drinking, you can pipe up. But otherwise, I will just keep on talking about how much I love Mega Man. You did some prep for the Halloween stream and you're working on cosplay making? That sounds so cool. What are you... is that for the Miku cosplay? I know you told me about the Miku cosplay. And John is doing... Oh, you said John was doing some other Vocaloid, right? The one that's not Miku. I'm sorry, I'm not a super fan. I don't know all their names. Oh, we gotta take care of this dude. There we go. Dorky, thank you so much for the follow. Mistakes, you're playing Apex. Oh, that's sick. Dorky, I hope you're listening, Dorky. Dorky Dino's also been so supportive. Hi, hello, bonjour, hola, buenos dias. Yeah, she's also been so supportive. I just want to give a quick thank you to her. Hope the debut is going well. It is. We are having some fun. We are dancing over here. You see this? Have I mentioned, by the way, how good the music is in all of these games? It's gonna really kick in Mega Man 2 and Mega Man 3 if we get to play those. Mega Man 3 probably has my favorite music in the whole series. Mega Man 2 probably has the most recognizable music in the whole series. We might die on this boss fight, actually. Putman is not too hard, but he's a little annoying. Alright, gotta lock in. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I still had some health. If you kill him and then die right after, it doesn't count. That was another kind of annoying thing about Mega Man 1, actually. Mega Man 1's the only game where if you kill them and then immediately die after, it doesn't count. But yeah, the music in every Mega Man game is so good. Mega Man 2 has some iconic tracks. Mega Man 2, the Wily 1 song is iconic. Metal Man's theme is iconic. Woodman's theme is iconic. But Mega Man 3 probably has my favorite songs in the whole series. Shadow Man in Mega Man 3 is a banger. Snake Man in Mega Man 3 has a bass line that, like, I want to learn how to play on a bass guitar in real life. It's so good, and, but hey, we're not playing on Snake Man right now. We are playing Guts Man, which this is also a banger, by the way. Incidentally, Mega Man 3 is another one of my favorites, but it's also probably the hardest game in the series. So we should probably visit Mega Man 3 sometime. Because, you know, I know you guys want to see me suffer. I know how Twitch works. Alright, lock in. This part is, tricky. I used to actually, do this with the magnet beam, but eventually I learned how to do it for real. And we are doing it for real! Yeah, let's go. But yeah, it's, you know, at my workplace, we have a board game club. We play board games on Mondays. It's a grand old time. You guys know I love board games. But the thing is, because I love board games, that has the unfortunate side effect that I am good at some board games. I'm not good at every board game, but there are quite a few board games that I am good at. And I say that's an unfortunate side effect because I do like it when the game is a fair fight. I think, you know, any board game is the most fun when everyone's got a chance to win, no one's, you know, dominating, no one's... I just missed all those health power-ups, dude. I forgot where they were. But yeah, the best board game nights are the ones where everyone's got a chance to win, no one's, like, hugely in the lead, and... people don't like it when it's a game that I am good at. And I don't want to say that to brag. I don't want to say that to be mean. It's just it's and so I actually will try to bring board games that I'm not good at, or I'll try to bring board games that have a lot of luck involved with them. Because I don't want it to be just a steamroll fest. I want it to be fun for everyone. But that's not even the main point I'm trying to make here. The main point I'm trying to make here is, I know that Twitch is kind of the same way. Watching someone who's really good at a video game is one thing. It's fun to watch someone who's really good at a video game. But I think you and I both know, it's more fun to watch when someone is struggling and when someone is doing a real bad job at a video game. So, because of that, maybe sometime we'll do Mega Man 3 so you guys can watch me suffer. We'll do Mega Man 0 so you guys can really watch me suffer, because like I said, I was not even able to get past the first boss in Mega Man 0. So if you guys want to watch me suffer, then you absolutely can do that. This is the first time we're going to switch weapons. We have not switched weapons this whole playthrough yet. So, fun fact actually, I originally played these games on the GameCube version, and the GameCube version replaces these kind of hard-to-decipher pause menus with a more English language pause menu. And so when I first went to playing the games on the real Nintendo Entertainment System, it confused me. It was like, what is this? B, C, P? Where's my Mega Buster? Where are my bombs? Where's my cut blade? I did not know what any of this meant. And then I found out Oh, for people who played this back in the 1980s, that's just how it was. They just had to know what all the weapons meant. Anyway, Gutsman, if you're lucky, he'll die in like 2 hits. If you're less lucky, he'll die in 3 hits. So it looks like this is going to be a 3-hit job. There we go. We got him. I don't even know how to dodge the big boulders. I literally do not know how to dodge them. I just get hit and then hit him back. I feel like there's actually a lot of bosses in this game where that is kind of the strategy. The strategy is just shoot it a lot. I feel like in some of the later Mega Man games, they got better at making it so the bosses had a real strategy to them. The strategy was not just shoot it a lot. Although, to be fair, Mega Man 2 has a lot of those bosses too. Mega Man 2 has a handful of those bosses where it's like, just shoot it a lot. We're just gonna shoot it a lot. Okay. So, little Mega Man pro tip for those who don't know. Pro tip, these guys are the most annoying things ever. They wait until you are on the same level as them, and then they speed up. So you have to find a weapon that kills them, because, I'll show you, Mega Buster doesn't kill them, it only freezes them. So, we gotta use a weapon that actually hurts them. There we go. By the way, this level is also annoying. I know I briefly said it earlier, vertical levels are harder than horizontal levels, and this level is probably the premier example of that. This level is annoying precisely because of how vertical it is. If it was not so vertical, it would not be so bad, but it is vertical, and because of that, all of us have to suffer. Okay, we're gonna go back to our Buster here, because some guys are gonna come down from the ceiling at us. Oh. This is another banger. They are all hits, I'm telling you. These soundtracks do not miss. There are no bad songs. Alright, you guys like magic block puzzles? Because if you don't like magic block puzzles, I'm sorry. We got some magic block puzzles. Oh, jeez. You know, it's funny. I feel like for some people, magic block puzzles are like their least favorite thing about Mega Man. But for me, I don't mind them too much. As long as they aren't egregious. Like, some of the later Iceman block puzzles, maybe that Heatman block puzzle, like those are hard, and those are annoying. But, just those, you know, a normal kind of magic block puzzle. Oh, actually, you know what the most annoying magic block puzzle is? The most annoying magic block puzzle is Magnet Man in Mega Man 3. That is the most annoying one. If you know, you know. You're trying to do a magic block puzzle while simultaneously there are invisible force fields trying to kill you. Mistakes, yes, magic block puzzles. I've always called them magic blocks. I don't know if there's a more correct name for them, if that's like the canon. That is probably not the canon name for them, actually. But I've always called them magic blocks. We're about to get shot at again. There we go. Yeah, those little blocks that appear and disappear, I've always called them magic blocks. Alright, we're at a very important we are at a very important place in the game right now, because that right there is the magnet beam. And if you come to this stage and you do not have a way to remove these blocks, then you either have to backtrack or just accept that you will never beat the game. I used to actually beat the stage and then immediately backtrack and beat the stage again, so I could come get the magnet beam with Alekaman's weapon. But thankfully, we took care of Gutsman, so we can pick up the boulders with Gutsman's Guts Arm. I believe it's called the Guts Arm. And another fun fact, that is one of like only 2 uses of the Guts Arm in the whole game. It's honestly not a very good weapon. But it's okay. It's useful for getting Magnet Beam, and that is good enough. And if you're wondering what Magnet Beam does, don't worry, I'll show you in just a second. Right after we get past these really big lightning beam bolts. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta let this guy... There we go. Gotta let that guy fall to his doom. And then we're gonna climb. And look at that guy. He's just jumping. He's so happy. He's just jumping up and down, having a grand old time. Okay, so here's Magnet Beam. Magnet Beam makes a platform. And the game does not tell you this, but you actually need it to beat the game. If you never get Magnet Beam, you cannot beat the game, and the game does not communicate that to you. And so I'm willing to bet that some kids in the 80s got to that one puzzle where it's required, and they were wondering what they were doing wrong, and they fell off a ledge just like me right now. Alright, come on. There we go. Big jump. Yeah, I'm willing to bet some kids back in the 80s did not know, and they just got destroyed. This is another boss fight where we might die, because we are at very low health right now. We got to do some more dodging. Oh, geez, we might die before we even get to the boss. Alright, come on. Come on. Alright. Oh, jeez. Okay, we might as well just die now. Jeez. Hold on, give me just a moment. Alright. Yeah, we might as well just die now. Okay. We are... Alright, we got a fresh health bar. We got a fresh health bar here. We got a fresh health bar. Okay, I should address this because I see a couple of you pointed out. I am trying to keep an eye on the acronyms as well as swearing. It's nothing against any of you. I mean, I love all you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's just, I'm trying to keep an eye not just on swearing and cursing, but also on acronyms. Thankfully, Automod does help with that. I hope that doesn't hurt your feelings. Just be mindful, also mind the acronyms. You know, my stream is my house. I'm trying to make it a house that I am comfortable living in, and I mean, you guys know, I'm a big goofball in other people's streams, but alright, we got him. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. I hope that's not coming across as prudish. I just want to keep this a clean space. I mean, my biggest motivation for that is actually, I don't want to make content that my own nephews can't watch, because I have heard, well, I mean, I feel like I've even experienced that before. I mean, you'll hear stories about celebrities who say that. You'll hear celebrities say, like, oh, my kids can't even watch this movie that I'm in. But, I mean, past that, oh, sorry, Alyssa. I hope it doesn't hurt your feelings. I'm trying not to be mean about it. But, yeah, I want this to be a place where I can welcome everyone, including people who aren't comfortable with swearing. And I know that, well, I know that Twitch is overall a very crass and sometimes very lewd place. I'm hoping to be, I'm hoping to be something different for people who are looking for something different, because, I mean, honestly, if I want a place where everything is crass and rude, then I can go to a lot of places. But yeah, I really hope that makes sense, guys. And if it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, but also, I gotta prioritize making the space that I want for myself, you know? This is... I've shared this with a couple of you, actually. I feel like the thing that's motivated me the most in, like, the decisions I've made, in how I want to set up my stream, how I want to Mystic says I'm different in a good way. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Alyssa, I know. Something I've told a couple of you, and oh geez, I can't concentrate on a conversation and the magic block puzzle at the same time. Okay, let me pause. By the way, Mega Man 1 has the infamous pause button, which you can spam. And if you spam it enough... Oh, it didn't do it. If you spam it enough, you'll actually get some crazy audio glitches. It's not doing it. I want the crazy audio glitches. It's not doing it. I can't get it to do it. Okay. So I would say one of the biggest things that's motivated some of the decisions I've made, as far as, you know, how I want my stream space to look, how I want my stream chat to be, what things I want to stream, what things I don't want to stream. The biggest motivator I guess I've had in that is, like, I want this to be the stream that I would want to watch the most, if that makes sense. I'm actually pretty opinionated as a viewer. There are a lot of things I like in certain streams, and there are a lot of things I don't like in certain streams. And thankfully, I've had lots of experience being a viewer, so I've had lots of time to get to know what exactly it is that I do and do not like. This guy's being annoying. Can we get him? There we go. I've had a lot of time to get familiar with what I do and don't like, so I've taken a lot of things from a lot of different streams. Like, I like when this streamer does this thing. I don't like when this streamer does this thing. I like this, I don't like that. I like these things, I don't like these things. And because of that, you know, I've had a lot of opportunity to just... Yeah, oh geez, where is that last one? Once again, I can't concentrate on the conversation and the sliding block puzzle at the same time. Where does that go? Oh, you gotta go over here, right, okay. Or you gotta... Oh, jeez. I'm struggling over here. Okay, you gotta go there. Then you gotta jump up. Okay, I've got it. I remember the pattern now. You're going here, then here, then here, then... Oh, I missed that jump. Alright. We're going here, we're going here, we're going whoop, and then whoop. There we go. We did it. Oh geez, not this part. Okay. So, should we cheese it with Magnet Beam? This part is so annoying. I'm sorry, we're gonna cheese it with Magnet Beam. This part is so bad. This is also what you do if you're speedrunning, by the way. You just cheese it with Magnet Beam. Because if you don't, you will die, just like that. Oh my gosh. A wild Minior has appeared. I do not know that poke. Is that... What generation is that? Alright, we gotta go back here. Oh, man. We are back to sliding block puzzle heaven. We are back to sliding block puzzle heaven. You know, when I said earlier, what's the most annoying magic block puzzle? One of the ones I was thinking of was these ones right here. Most annoying one is definitely Magnet Man, but these are also up there. Really, any sliding block puzzle that goes on for longer than, like, one screen. We're gonna zap this dude. It's the floating star rock thingy from Gen 7. I did not know. Minior evolves into a regular. Oh my gosh, Woozy! Woozy, you're showing me up with the dad jokes. How am I supposed to compete? How am I supposed to compete with your superior dad joke abilities? Alright, jump. Leap. Jump. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're gonna lock in. We're gonna... Oh no! Minior escaped! It can't evolve into a Gradior. Or a regular. I jumped too early. Okay, I jumped too early. There we go. Oh, geez, I just used 3 Magnum Beams. I was just trying to shoot. Oh my gosh, okay. Can I get across? Alright, we're gonna refill. Alright, we're gonna wait for this guy. Oh my gosh. This part sucks. Alright, should we just go for it? Oh jeez. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. We're sending it. Okay, goodness. Yeah, if you can do that without Magnet Beam, I salute your vastly superior gamer skills. That is like worse than doing Quick Man without Time Stopper. Easily that is worse than doing Quick Man without Time Stopper. Because I can actually do Quick Man without Time Stopper as long as you give me enough tries. I don't know if I'd be able to do that no matter how many tries you gave me. Alright. Oh, jeez. Alyssa, you say you're not good at these. When you mean platformers or the block puzzles? I mean, I'm not great at the block puzzles either. I just have done them enough. Or I'll give them enough tries that eventually I'll get it right. Okay, we're gotta use Iceman's weakness. Because Iceman is actually not too hard, but we're just gonna use his weakness because it's a Mega Man game. You know, that's how this works. Alright, we got him. We got him, boys. Woohoo! Alright, we are only like 30 minutes in, and we've already done most of the bosses. We've got one left, and it's Flame Man. And I don't know why, but Flame Man is always the one I save for last. I'm sorry, it's not Flame Man, it's Fire Man. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I'm so sorry, sir. I forgot your name, and it is my deepest apologies to Fireman for calling him Flame Man. Was there a Flame Man in a different game? I don't even know. There might have been. Alright. But yes, I always saved Fireman for last because I feel like his is the stage that kind of requires the most help, in a sense. First off, these dudes, which why am I even using my Buster? Why use your Buster when you have a Buster that is better than your Buster? Oh, how did he dodge that? Come on. This guy's a real hothead? Oh, no. Woozy is showing me up, guys. I thought I was the king of dad jokes. I am being dethroned as we speak. Oh, no. My life is over, guys. My life is a lie. I'm being dethroned as the king of dad jokes. But yeah, it's actually a pretty common thing in Mega Man games for you to basically find the best weapon and then use only that. You find the best weapon and then you use it as much as possible. And in this game, that weapon is the Elect Beam. In Mega Man 2, it's the Metal Blade. That's kind of where the meme comes from, like, oh, how do I beat Mega Man 2? Just Metal Blade everything. Trick Woozy is the final boss, the final boss of dad jokes. Oh my goodness. Trick Me, it's so good to see you here. Guys, you should go follow Trick Me. I have my hands on the controller right now, so I can't do a shouty. But, you guys should still go follow Trick Me. She's a very kind person. And Woozy is also, like, top mod, like, best mod in history of Twitch, I heard. Don't ask me where I heard that, but I definitely heard it somewhere. Mistakes, thank you for trying to do the shout-out. I don't have any mods at the moment. I am my own mod. And I mean, before I make any mods, I gotta make sure, you know, Gotta make sure I'm comfortable with what I'm doing, first of all. And then gotta make sure that, you know, we got good people and everything. I am a little perfume bottle, yes! This is, it's... When I said that I had surprises planned for today, this was the main surprise. This was the surprise. What? I thought you could freeze these. Am I wrong? Can you not freeze these? Oh, you know what? Never mind. I have the power of cheating on my side. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. You guys, please feel free to command spam. Whoops, not commands. We got the About Me command, we got coin flips, you can unlurk head pat, you can roll a d20. Mistakes, you'll really like the one that is for Ephesians 2:19 and not Ephesians 2:19. That's a bit of a weird running joke that I'll have to explain at some point, probably. Actually, maybe I should add that to the fact, because if that is going to be a chat command, then I'll definitely need to explain it on more than one occasion. So maybe I should explain the Ephesians 2:19 running joke at some point. I guess I can explain it right now while we're talking. I gotta refill my ices. So, mistakes, here's the thing. You don't just get to Ephesians 2:19 people. You can also not Ephesians 2:19 people. So I'm going to not Ephesians 2:19 mistakes, and the bot will tell you that's not very Ephesians 2:19 of you. And I gotta tell you, that was actually the first command that I programmed myself, and I was very proud of myself for programming that all by myself. It was a good one. That was a good one. So yeah, I got to explain the origin of that joke. Right after I ice my way in here. Ice to meet you, Flame Man. So a lot of you guys know. Okay, I'll share. I can share this on stream. Long time ago, I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, and you know, it's been part of my life on and off since then. I would have really bad anxiety episodes in college. I'd be afraid of walking to class. It got really bad. But amongst that, amongst the all that stuff that went on. Another thing that was just kind of a side effect of that was I would just get bouts of really low self-esteem. I would be convinced that, like, none of my friends really wanted me around. I'd be convinced that none of my friends actually cared about me. I was really good at tricking my own brain. I was really good at tricking my own brain. But because of that, thank you, Trick. Thank you. I'm so glad you like the setup. Alyssa, that's a mood. Oh man, it was a mood. It was my mood for like a good 2 years there. To make a very long story short, I had to do some real work on my own self-esteem. I had to really argue with myself and be willing to admit that I was wrong. Because the thing is, when I was telling myself no one really likes me, when I was telling myself I am not deserving of kindness or love, really what I was doing was not being willing to admit that I could be wrong. I was fully convinced that I was right. Of course I'm right. I'm always right. See, I'm making Mega Man jump up and down. That means I'm always right. But for me to work on my own self-esteem, I had to be willing to admit that I was wrong. I had to be willing to admit that the way I saw myself was not actually correct. And because of that, a verse that means a lot to me is Ephesians 2:19. Ephesians 2:19 says, you are no longer strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and members of the household of God. in essence, what it's saying is you're not a stranger to God, but you're actually part of his house now. And that's a verse that I really enjoy. Also, the entire book of Ephesians. If you need to work on your self-esteem, read the book of Ephesians. So because of that, this was a few months ago. I was talking with Mistakes, and also Nick. And I said, guys, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I've been making a lot of self-deprecating jokes lately, and they're not really jokes. Alyssa, enjoy your lurk. Thank you. Sneak into the lurk cave. Enjoy your lurk. So I told them, guys, I have been making a lot of self-deprecating jokes, and they're not really jokes. My self-esteem has just been in a pit right now. So I said, if you catch me making a joke that is not really a joke, then you have my permission to say stop it. You have my permission to say I don't want to hear that. And if you really want to get me right in the conscience, then you can say that's not very Ephesians 2:19 of you. And so if you type in not EPH219, now the bot can tell you that's not very Ephesians 2:19 of you. And that's something that I want to remember. I don't want to be not Ephesians 2:19. I want to be very Ephesians 2:19. Because believe it or not, guys, you are actually deserving of love and kindness and all those things, and that is all true. And when I believed that I didn't deserve love, when I believed that I didn't deserve kindness, when I believed that I didn't deserve any of those things, then I had to be willing to admit that I was wrong. And yes, it was not very Ephesians 2:19 of me. There's a slight delay when you're not affiliate. You know, I was wondering how much delay I'm having right now, because thank you guys for the virtual hugs. I appreciate it. Thank you, Trick. Thank you, Mistakes. When I started, it felt like there was a ton of lag. And now it seems like it's okay. I have my phone over here as a monitor, actually, and it looks okay over there. But yeah, I don't know exactly how much. I don't have the FrankerFace ping measurement. That's actually probably my favorite feature in FrankerFaces, is the ping monitor. You can actually see exactly how much ping you have. But I don't have that right in front of me. You guys, I am streaming on one monitor right now because even though I went and bought a second monitor, I found out I have the wrong cable for it. So I am streaming on one monitor right now and just having chat off to the side and using my phone as a monitor. And eventually, I'm going to get the right cable for my second monitor so I can actually have a monitor that's... I'm not just freaking out over here. Okay, this is another boss fight where the strategy is literally just shoot him a bunch, because I don't know how to beat him otherwise. Just shoot him a bunch. That's the ultimate strategy. Just shoot him a bunch. Works every single time. A wild Smeargle. Dude, I am catching that Smeargle. Smeargle is such a cool Pokemon, you know? Make it to the store right in time, just buy the right stuff, except it's actually the wrong stuff and now the store's closed. The problem is not actually the store, so to speak. It's so for the monitor that I bought, it can run off of either a USB-C cable or an HDMI cable. But I found out that if I plug it in with the USB-C cable, then it will only connect to integrated graphics. I'm on a gaming laptop right now, so it has two graphics cards, and I need to make sure that everything is on the correct graphics card, which Woozy knows, as I sent him many, many DMs about it. It was a hassle making sure everything's connected to the correct graphics card. So if I plug it in via USB-C, it'll only connect to integrated graphics. If I plug it in via HDMI, it can connect to discrete graphics, which is what I need. But I don't have the right HDMI cable, so it's what we're dealing with for now. And you know what? I have seen people stream on one monitor before. There's actually a Clone Hero streamer I used to follow who would always stream on one monitor, and he shared a photo of his setup. and it looked so crammed, it looked so compressed, but it worked for him, you know? Oh man, Pokemon Community Game's rigged, guys. I'm sorry, the game is rigged. And hey, we are already at Dr. Wily, and now I'm finally able to freeze these guys. Hallelujah, I'm able to freeze these dudes. My life is so much better now, you would not believe it. Oh my gosh, okay, we're gonna freeze this guy too. Hi. Oh, okay, he still hit us, that's okay. And we glitched him off screen. And here, you want to use Elect Beam if possible. Because I want to save my Guts Arms for later. And we're already at our first extremely annoying puzzle. Mega Man 1 has a lot of these, unfortunately. Okay, we got it, we got it, we got it. I forgot how to get... I think you have to use Magnet Beam if you want to get that health pack. But I am saving my Magnet Beams, so we're going to skip it. Also, we might just die anyways. Then I kind of... Oh, geez. I forgot about those guys. Alright, we got to use Elect Beam again. Again, in every Mega Man game, there's just one weapon that's clearly better than all the others, and you use it in as many situations as possible. That's how all these games go. Alright, gotta... Come on, come over here, come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Oh no. Come over here, there you go. Those guys freaked you out? They freaked me out, it was a jump scare. Talk about, I don't need a horror game, I just need Mega Man. Mega Man's secretly a horror game. It's been a horror game this whole time. Actually, you know what's a horror game? Mega Man 9 is a horror game. Mega Man 9 has so many, like, instant death traps. It is terrifying. Mega Man 9 is one of those games where you just have to play it by trial and error. Because, there are so many instant death traps. It's, if anything, I'm lucky that I first played Mega Man 9 as a teenager. Because when you're a teenager, you got those snappy reflexes, right? You're really spry. You're young and spry, and you can handle the instant death traps. Nowadays, I don't know if I can handle the instant death traps so well. I mean, I did actually beat Mega Man 9 again when I was attempting to do... I was attempting to beat everything in the Mega Man Legacy Collection, which, by the way, I'm not playing on the Mega Man Legacy Collection. I'm playing on Nestopia. But I did consider playing on the Mega Man Legacy Collection, but Nestopia is easier when I only have access to one monitor. I might switch to the Mega Man Legacy Collection once we have an actual second monitor, so I can full screen the game and still be able to see all you guys and still be able to talk to you guys. Okay, this is the puzzle where Magnet Beam is required. Just imagine, I want you to imagine, you are a child in 1987. You have your handy-dandy issue of Nintendo Power right next to you. You're so proud of yourself for getting to this point. And then you're like, what do I do? Oh my gosh, I don't even want to... It must have been so frustrating. Thankfully, the game did think of one thing. Exactly one thing. They put free refills down here, so you can refill as much as you want. In fact, I don't just want to refill my Magnet Beam, I also want to refill my Elect Beam, because it's the best weapon in the game. Oh, did you guys see that? That's actually a visual glitch. I don't know if it's just a Mega Man 1 glitch, or if it's also in other games, but if you pause and unpause at the bottom of a ladder, he does that little animation glitch. It's not very useful, but it's funny, and that's all we need, right? It's just a little bit funny. Okay. We're gonna get a couple more Elect Beams. I don't want to sit here forever. Yeah. Do you like... Well, hold on, I'll do it one more time. I'll do it one more time. So go to the bottom of a ladder, pause and unpause, and Mega Man forgets how to exist for a little bit. Okay, so yes, you need Magnet Beam to get past this. If you don't have Magnet Beam, then you soft lock the game, and you go and you cry to your parents. Okay. And even if you do have Magnet Beam, you might run out if you're not careful. Okay, we did it. Alright, so this boss here, if you know, you know. This upcoming boss is the Yellow Devil. And there are two ways to beat the Yellow Devil. The first way to beat the Yellow Devil is the pause trick. And the second way to beat the Yellow Devil is to get good. Unfortunately, I have beaten the Yellow Devil legitimately a few times, but most of the time I've just chickened out and used the pause trick. So I'm gonna try like once. I'm gonna try to do it without the pause trick once. If I die, I'm just gonna chicken out and use the pause trick, because honestly, beating him without the pause trick is so bad. And maybe I suck, maybe I need to get good, but I've only beaten him without the pause trick a few times, I want to say. It's only been a few times. There are some bosses in this game, especially, no joke, the final boss. I legit don't even know how you're supposed to beat it without the pause trick. It's like, how? How are you supposed to do it? But okay, I'm gonna try it for real once before cheesing him. And then if I can't get it first try, I'll cheese him. Alright, Yellow Devil. Do your worst. The thing is, the pattern is the same every time, but it's also designed to, like, have lots of misdirection. Pac-Man's dad? That's pretty good. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can memorize the pattern, but there's lots of, like, built-in misdirection to it. You have to vary your jump height very precisely. Alright, do you guys want to see how to cheese him? We're gonna cheese him now. Which is great, because I love cheese. You guys know. I love cheddar. I love mozzarella. I love Gruyere. I love Swiss. I love Havarti. I love string cheese. I love pizza. Okay, I still gotta dodge him a couple times. Alright, here's the pause trick. There we go. We cheesed the boy out. Yes, mistakes, the floofy cheese emote. I wanted to use it, but I couldn't reach over to the keyboard. Yes, the floofy cheese emote. That's what we did to him. We threw cheese at him. We slapped him with cheese. We slapped him with the cheese. That's what I do to Mimu every stream. Slap him with the cheese. That's a crazy trick, believe me. It is all but required for the final boss. You know what else is required for beating the game? Not jumping into a bottomless pit and dying. That is required for beating the game. In order to beat the game, you gotta not jump into a bottomless pit and die. Oh my gosh. In order to beat the game, you have to not lose the game. I'm gonna refill my magnet beams. Do we have any football fans in chat? I don't know if we have any football fans in chat. I am not a huge football fan. I have a bit of a history with watching football. I've had phases kind of going in and out of watching football and then not watching football. But if you guys follow football at all, there was a clip from just a couple weeks ago of a coach in a post-game press conference saying, in order to win the game, you have to not lose the game. and that clip was going around, and it was so funny. And that's me right now. That's me. In order to win the game, I have to not lose the game. In order to win the game, we gotta make sure we don't lose the game. Alright, this is where the refights start, by the way. Every Mega Man game has boss refights. Some games do them like this, some games have the big chamber room. Funnily enough, Cutman's actually easier the second time you fight him. It's actually, there's a couple bosses like that where they don't have their special terrain, and when they don't have their special terrain, they actually become easier. So Cutman is easier the second time you fight him. Sorry I had to kill you, buddy. I know I said earlier that you were one of my favorite Mega Man boss designs, but I have to kill you if I want to beat the game. Eddie, thank you so much for coming! Oh my gosh. thank you so much for being here. It's okay if you can't stay long. Thank you so much for saying hi. I appreciate you a lot. Yes, give Eddie all the virtual hugs. Eddie deserves the virtual hugs. Eddie's a great dude. I love that. I love that guy. By the way, I love that guy is just a thing I say a lot. I hope you guys don't don't take that as being too TMI. I just, out of habit, I started saying I love that guy, and then I realized that that probably might make some people really uncomfortable. Oh my gosh. Alright. Elecman is also easier the second time you fight him, by the way. Yeah, I gotta watch my mouth and not accidentally say I love that guy around someone who definitely does not need to hear that. Or, not that people don't need to hear that, but people are not comfortable hearing that. From a stranger on the internet. Maybe not everyone wants to hear that from a stranger on the internet. It is true, though. It is a true fact that that is something I say. You can ask any of my IRL friends, and they'll tell you I say I love that guy, because it's true. If I am talking to any of my IRL friends, it's like, hey, I love this guy. And you know what else I love? I love Elect Beam for being the best weapon to just smash all of these guys. Boop. If you're really good, you can get them all in one hit there. Okay. You can also get all these guys in one hit if you're really good. Oh shoot, there's a trick here. This is like a fake platform, so you actually have to use Magnet Beam. Yeah. It might have looked like that was chickening out, but I promise it was not. There's some Mega Man games love their fake platforms, some more than others. This game has a lot of them. Mega Man 2 has a few of them. I feel like Mega Man 3 and later they started easing up on the fake platforms because they realized people do not find them fun. Okay, this is another boss that I'm going to try to do legit, but if I cannot do it legit, I will use the pause trick, because this is literally, who are you? I'm you, but better. That's what this guy is. He's me, but better. He does have kind of a script, though. He's programmed to... I forget exactly how his script works. He's programmed to jump every time you fire, I believe. So if you get him in, like, just the right pattern, you can get him to jump into your shots. I'm actually doing pretty good right now. I was expecting this to be much worse. Also, if you switch to any weapon, he will switch to the same weapon as you. Oh no. Can we get him? Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him! Oh! I was expecting I was gonna die and restart and use the pause trick, but I got him. Yeah, if you switch to any weapon, he will switch to the same weapon as you, and that just gets even more annoying, because then he can use your own tricks against you. I'm like, hey, I'm the guy with the cheap broken weapons. I'm the guy with the Elect Beam. You're not supposed to be the guy with the Elect Beam. You're supposed to be the guy who just sits there and lets me hit him. Wild Drifloon. Careful, guys. If you catch the Drifloon, it might kidnap you. Just want you to be mindful of that. Please don't get kidnapped. Wouldn't want any of you guys to get hurt. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. That was another jump scare. Forgot about those guys. Okay. We gotta take care of these fellas. I think we can just jump down now. There we go. Yeah. As you might notice, we are once again running out of Elect Beams, because it's the best weapon in the game, and because it's the best weapon in the game, we use it a lot. But we're actually doing okay. We're not going to run out, because now we just switch to our Buster. And we're in a treadmill now, you see this? We're on a conveyor belt. And we just kind of get to stand still and shoot. You can run and shoot, actually, but if you run and shoot, there's a small chance that these exploding penguins might run into you. And actually, soon the exploding penguins get replaced with missiles, And so, yeah, there we go. So you really want to stand and shoot for this part, because if you don't stand and shoot, the missiles will explode in your face, and then you will have a bad time. We are like conveyor belt sushi. Conveyor belt sushi? What? Mystics, are you making up words, or is this a food I need to know about? Is conveyor belt sushi a food that I have not experienced in my life? And if so, do I need to experience it in my life? Okay. This boss is the reason I've been saving all of my Guts arms. You only get 4 blocks in this room, so you gotta save your Guts arms for when he's almost out. Oh, geez. He takes 7 hits, I believe. 7 hits. So I'm gonna do the first 3 with the Buster, and then we're gonna switch to the Guts arm. Avery! Avery! Sneaking in the back of the theater with fried chicken. Oh my goodness. Hi, Avery. It's so good to see you. Conveyor belt sushi is just sushi. Oh my gosh. I'm silly. Okay. I thought for some reason when you said conveyor belt sushi, that it was like... I don't even know what I thought it meant, okay? I don't even know what my brain was thinking. I have been to a couple of those sushi places where they do have the conveyor belt at the bar, but I have never sat at the bar where they have the conveyor belt, so I've never gotten to experience it. There's a sushi restaurant near me that does that, but yeah, there's a sushi restaurant near me that does that, but I've always just sat at a table. I've never sat at the bar where you can get your conveyor belt sushi. You know what, Mystics? Thank you for teaching me some new vocabulary today. Oh, it wasn't even you, it was Tricky. Oh, geez. Can I scroll up? Conveyor... Who made... Yeah, that was... Okay, you know what? I saw Trick using your emote, and I thought it was you, Yan. I'm sorry. Sushi made of conveyor belt. Or sushi made to look like a conveyor belt. Yana, yeah, Yana, I'm sorry. I saw Trick use your emote and I thought it was you. Yeah, I don't know. The conveyor belt, sushi made of conveyor belts, sushi that looks like a conveyor belt. By the way, we are in the Hall of Gutsmen. I believe this has some significance in like Mega Man lore, but I'm not an expert in Mega Man lore. And honestly, the early games were not super good at explaining the story anyway, so it's just like, hey, you're in a Hall of Gutsmen. That's cool, right? And you're like, why am I in a Hall of Gutsmen? And the game's like, I don't know. So I believe eventually this might have had some significance to the Mega Man story, but in this game they're just like, I don't know, Hall of Gutsman, give it to him. Okay, so earlier when I said I was not worried about running out of Elec beams, this is the reason why. The game actually gives you a full refill at this part. And if this... Speaking of conveyor belts... Oh, geez. See, I didn't wait for the conveyor belt. I should have waited. And now I gotta wait again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, gotta wait. Gotta use our magnet beams. There we go. Okay, and that... Oh my goodness. That is a full weapon refill, and I died immediately, but it's okay, because I got it. Free refills, yes. We love us some free refills. We love it when we get free refills of the conveyor belt sushi. Oh man, is someone already gonna draw, like, an emote of me as a sushi or something? That's... okay, that power-up is there again. Might as well grab it with the magnet beam. Yes, all of our weapons are filled up again. Mega Man 1, it's one of the few games that actually gives you a free refill, as Trick said. There's a couple other games where you can get M-Tanks, but they're kind of hidden. You know, they're secrets, you have to find them. Mega Man 1 just gives you one for free, which is pretty cool. Alright, and now we got to do the conveyor belt again. Hey, is this conveyor belt gonna bring me any sushi, guys? Please, can I get some sushi from this conveyor belt? Please, please bring me some sushi. Okay, I don't want to beat that joke into the ground, but it is pretty funny. Alright, and the free refill's actually down there again, but I already got it, so... Alright, we got more refights. Our first refight is Bomb Man, and his weakness is Flame Man's weapon. Although, I could do him with the Buster if I wanted to, but... let's just do it with Flame Man's weapon. I believe the next one is actually Flame Man himself. So... just for the sake of not losing too much health right before the final boss, I am going to use the pause trick. Yes, I'm a cheater. I'm a dirty, dirty cheater. But you know what? The Mega Man Legacy Collection actually did not remove that, because I think they knew it was like an iconic part of the game for a lot of people. They knew that a lot of people liked the pause trick, and the fact that it kind of makes Mega Man 1 more unique. The fact that the pause trick exists makes the game unique, so they left it in, which I'm really happy about. Alright, Gutsman. Gutsman, we might actually need to use the pause trick on him too, just so we don't die. Alright, we should be good. Mistake said, I used to be like that emote, and Trick says, I want to be that emote, and then Mistake says, I can no longer be like that emote. I can relate so much. If I overeat, someone was actually, who was I talking? I think I was talking to Mimu about this, actually. We were talking about just, like, eating a lot of food for some reason. And I said, like, if I eat too much, I can't sleep. And then if I can't sleep, then my entire everything suffers. Okay, we have 2 bars of health. We're gonna die. Hello, Dr. Wily. It's me, Mega Man. I only have 2 points of health left, but I'm gonna beat you up. Just you wait. I'm gonna beat you up. Okay, I did not successfully beat you up. Adam, welcome. Adam, good to see you. I do not have fizzy drinks, I'm sorry. If you want a fizzy drink, you will have to go to our resident fizzy drink expert, and that is Trick Me. Trick Me, I actually just heard a rumor that Trick Me is doing a 2-for-1 special. So if you buy 1 fizzy drink from Trick Me, she will give you an extra. In fact, it's a 10-for-1 special. If you buy a fizzy drink from Trick Me, she will give you 10 more fizzy drinks. And that is legally binding and admissible as evidence in court. Okay, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I don't have fizzy drinks, and I don't think Trick has fizzy drinks either. Your root beer is too spicy, Avery. What? Why are you having spicy root beer? Are you having like a spicy sarsaparilla? Okay, so as before, I'm gonna try this once legit, but seriously, I do not know how you are supposed to beat this boss without the pause trick. I seriously do not know how you're supposed to beat this boss legit. But we're gonna try it. I know the first phase you can either use Mega Buster or Elec Beam, and then the second phase you use the Fireman's weapon, or yeah, Fireman's weapon. But so like I know that's the intended weakness. It's just his attacks are like so not dodgeable. In fairness, it's not that the root beer is spicy, it's that my fried chicken is spicy, and you need a soothing, non-carbonated beverage to get through. Oh no. You ever eat something really spicy and then try to drink a Coke? It's like, the Coke burns your tongue so bad. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna try legit. We're gonna try this legit. And then we're gonna be a dirty cheater. We're gonna try it legit, and then we're gonna be a dirty cheater. Alright? This game also doesn't have E-tanks. If this game had E-tanks, this boss would be possible. he doesn't have a flinch guard, which helps. He doesn't get iframes or anything. Okay. And this is phase 2. So this is where... This is also where the game starts lagging so bad, by the way. Okay, I tried. I tried to hit him, and I could not hit him. Oh my gosh, Avery, are you sharing all the... do you have enough spicy chicken to share with everyone in chat? Because if so, that sounds awesome. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I want to beat this game, and I don't want to be stuck on this boss forever, so we're gonna cheat. Also, again, the game lagged so hard during this boss fight, which, on one hand, is kind of a good thing. Like, it means they were, like, pushing the limits and stuff, right? Oh, hey, there's the audio glitch I was talking about earlier. If you listen closely, you might be able to hear the audio glitch this time. Okay, yeah, this game, it lags so bad. I know I'm complaining about the lag a lot, but I'm serious, it really is. Mega Man is a hacker. He's a robot, so of course he knows how to hack, right? Alright, let me see if I can do it really fast so you guys can hear the noise glitch from the pause trick. Oh, there you go. That is the glitch symphony right there. Alright. We did it! We saved the day with the help of lots of cheating. Oh, Adam, you know what? I heard about that. I heard about the potion seller guy. That is really funny. Just that he went on to have, like, a real Hollywood career. Yes, the Beep Symphony. Oh, man. See, that game only takes, like, an hour to beat. And if you're not, you know, getting distracted by fun conversations with your chat, if you're speedrunning, you could beat it in way less than an hour. Ah, Mega Man has ended the evil domination of Dr. Wily and restored the world to peace. However, the never-ending battle continues until all destructive forces are defeated. Fight, Mega Man, for everlasting peace. Yes, the evil Dr. Wowie. That is from that's you're talking about the voice acting from the cartoon. Oh my gosh, I love that voice acting. Should we watch the credits or should we just jump into the next game? Because you know, I knew that this game wasn't going to take too long. And so because of that, I had planned to play more than one game today. But I want to I want to respect all these lovely designers that made this game. But at the same time, I have watched these credits many times. I think it's okay. We can jump into the next... You know, actually, no. We are going to let them play, because there's one more cutscene. We are going to let the credits play, because there's one more cutscene. So... Yes, Mistakes, we did finish the game. I told you it's a short game. Mega Man 1, you can beat it in, like, an hour. It took us a little more than an hour, but... you know, we were chatting, we were having a good time. I kept getting stuck on the magic block puzzles. And actually, yeah, the credits are not... Why did I say the credits are long? The credits are not that long. There we go. See, Mega Man comes back home. He comes back home to Roll and Dr. Light, and he jumps up in the air. And that's the end. But it's not the end of Mega Man the series. And you know what? It's only just begun, you could say. Because we are jumping right in. Mega Man 2. So this is... Hold on. I'm going to let this intro play out. I'm not even going to talk over it. This intro's so iconic. Adam, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. It's so good to see you. Yes, MM2 intro. Did you guys ever watch Brentalfloss back in the day? No relation. Yes! Best Mega Man intro, easily. Although Mega Man 4's intro is also sweet. And backwards you would say, Man Mega? Okay, yes, I always have the Brentalfloss lyrics stuck in my head. Oh my gosh. It's so good. So, I know I said earlier, Mega Man 3 has probably my favorite music in the series, but Mega Man 2 easily has the most iconic music in the series. It's so heckin' iconic, it's crazy. Also, fun fact, Mega Man 2 comes with normal and difficult mode. Difficult mode is actually the intended difficulty. Normal mode is actually easy mode, because when they ported this game to the West, they thought it would be too hard for Americans. It's kind of like the same thing as how back in the day they thought Super Mario Bros. 2 would be too hard for Western audiences, so they just didn't even give it to us. They added an easy mode, and not only did they add an easy mode, but they called it normal mode. I don't know what was going on, man. But I would say even on regular or, difficult mode, this is still probably the easiest game in the series. It's also the most iconic game in the series, and probably, I don't want to pick favorites, but it might also be the most fun game in the series. This game is so good, dude. I don't want to disrespect Mega Man 1. Mega Man 1, I mean, I just played it. I had fun playing it just now. But Mega Man 2 is, look at these bosses are all so good. Each one is a banger. Each one is iconic. Each one is cool. Each one is menacing. Except for maybe Bubble Man. Bubble Man's like the least cool out of all of these. It's like Airman, sick. Quick Man, sick. Woodman, awesome. Crash Man, awesome. Flash Man, kinda weak, but at least has a cool design. Metal Man, sick. Heat Man, sick. Bubble Man is just kind of also here. Sorry, Bubble Man. They can't all be great. I'm really hating on Bubble Man now. He's gonna kill me because I said that. Okay. So part Bubbles and part Man. He is part Bubbles and part Man. Which is why his weakness is the Metal Blade, because you pop Bubbles with a blade, I guess? I don't know. So the funny thing about Mega Man 2 is that it seems like everyone who plays this game has their own preferred boss order. And I mean, that's one of the great things about Mega Man in general, is just you get to pick your boss order. You get to pick how you want to experience the game. But it feels like with Mega Man 2, and maybe it's just because it's the most popular, people seem the most opinionated about which boss order is the best. And I am one of those people. I am opinionated about which boss order is the best. And I am of the opinion, the obviously correct opinion, that doing Airman first is best. Because if you do Metal Man first, then you don't get the E-Tank, and you don't get the cool extra items. Most people do Metal Man first, so I'm actually in the minority here. Yeah, let's go Oxygen. Air. I like the idea that Airman is using the power of oxygen, whereas all the other robots are not breathing oxygen. I mean, I guess, do any of the robots breathe oxygen? Do robots breathe? We are asking some weird lore questions that I don't know if we want to get into all the implications of. Alright. Also, yes, these are giant demon clouds. Airman just takes deep breaths during battle. You know, his attack is like a wind attack. What if that's just him exhaling really loudly? It's funny. I've played these games so much that I don't even really question it anymore. But I actually had the privilege of watching my nephew play this game for the first time. And when he got to this, I told him to start with Airman, and he got to the very first enemy, and he's like, what are these giant red demon cloud things? And I'm like, oh yeah, I've just played this game and I just don't even question it anymore. I guess it's like, you know, if you play Pokemon enough, you stop questioning, you know, how do all these Pokemon fit inside of a PC? Or how do I fit this, you know, god of destruction inside of a little ball? You're all my nieces and nephews now. Yes, mistakes, I forgot. I'm sorry. But I had the privilege of watching one of my many nephews playing this game. I am still Uncle Jesse, just in spirit. I mean, you know, people still call me Uncle Jesse. That hasn't gone away. The reason I think you could probably deduce this, but the reason I changed my Twitch name from Sir Uncle Jesse to Jesse's Fumery was just because I was interested in Twitch streaming, and I knew that if I ever wanted to do Twitch streaming, I would need the branding to match. I wouldn't want to tell people, follow me on Instagram at this one name, and then also follow me on Twitch at this completely different name. And then I did have someone ask, well, then why didn't you just make a new account? I didn't make a new account because I didn't want to lose all my subs and all my watch streaks and all the, you know, chats I have with people and all the, you know, especially the subs. Like, there's some people I've been subbed to for a long time. I wouldn't want to be like, hey, this is my new account. Psych. Okay, by the way, you might have noticed there were birds in the air there. The birds are secretly, like, the most annoying enemy in this entire game, but if you shoot them before they do their attack, then you don't have to worry about them. But if they drop the egg and all the baby birds come out, then you have a million baby birds on screen, and it sucks. I keep looking at my weapons screen. I have no weapons. Okay, we're gonna fight Airman. Airman's gonna exhale really loud at me, okay? He's gonna go, huh. I can't unsee that now, that he's just exhaling really loud. Alright. So, like I said earlier, in Mega Man 1, you know, a lot of the bosses, the only strategy is just shoot it a bunch. Thankfully, in Mega Man 2, they started to figure out, like, oh, it's more fun if the boss has, like, a strategy to it. And for most of the Mega Man 2 bosses, it's a really simple strategy. It's just, they do their attack, and then you dodge it, and then you shoot them a bunch. So, yeah, Airman's just like that. He does his attack, you dodge the attack, and then you can shoot him a bunch. Alright, we're gonna get item 2 as well. This was the first game... Well, no, it was not the first game to introduce items, because Mega Man 1 had the Magnet Beam, and that is technically an item. But this game expanded on the items by giving you 3 of them. Fun fact, when I played this as a kid, the message from Dr. Light pops up and it says, item 2 is ready, get your weapons ready. I didn't know what that meant. I was like, what is this guy talking about? And I don't know what I was thinking. By the way, birds. I felt like doing it there. There's an Easter egg in this game where you can replace the stars with birds. But yeah, he says, item 2 equipped, get your weapons ready. And I was like, what does that mean? It took me, you know, watching someone else play the game to realize it meant that you have the item now, and you can throw your little jetpack. Anyway, we are going to play Metal Man's level now. By the way, another banger. This song is awesome. And I'm gonna have to focus here to dodge these giant claws of death. Look at this. These giant claws of death are trying to claw me. They're trying to poke me. They're trying to give me a little boop. And I have to say, I'm sorry, sir. I do not want your little boops. I do not want your boops. I do not want them here or there. I do not want them anywhere. And I was gonna say I do not like green eggs and ham, but I actually do like green eggs and ham. I had green eggs and ham once as a kid. My kindergarten teacher... This is such a random story. My kindergarten teacher had a Dr. Seuss day, and on Dr. Seuss day we had green eggs and ham. But sadly, I don't think I've ever had green eggs and ham since then. You know? Maybe I need to make green eggs and ham. Maybe I need to correct this part of my life. So, if you do not have an item, you cannot get to this upper platform here, but we have an item now. And we get an extra life. Trick, do you also want green eggs and ham? I assume... I mean, who doesn't like... Not even green eggs and ham, just eggs and ham. Isn't that just like such a S-tier combination right there? You got the eggs, you got the ham. What more could you want out of life, you know? Okay, these guys on the wheels are a little bit annoying, but you just have to give them enough shots. You have to give them enough shots before the wheel gets you. But it's not too hard. If you are a good button masher, then button mashing is a good skill to have for playing the Mega Mans. But you do not have to be a good button masher to play the Mega Mans. It's not a necessary skill, but it helps a little bit. But also, actually, a lot of the re-releases come with a built-in turbo button, and I actually have a turbo button right here. You can't really see how... Okay, it doesn't look like it, but I am holding down the turbo button. I actually haven't been using it, though, because I prefer, you know, placing each of my shots individually like a sharpshooter. Like I'm an outlaw in the Old West, and all I need is one bullet, you know? I always wanted some reading that story. Little Trick was like, please pass the plate over, I'll eat it for you. Oh my goodness, that's so great. Yeah, well, you know, my kindergarten teacher knew what was up. She knew what was up, because she said, I'm not just gonna read you green eggs and ham, we gonna make green eggs and ham. And it's gonna be good, and you're gonna love it. And she was correct, I did love it. By the way, these guys are back. Yeah, they speed up if you're on the same platform as them. We made it to the boss, though. Fun fact, we might get into this later. Metal Man is actually weak to his own weapon, but we don't have his weapon yet. So we're just gonna do the Buster strats. There's actually a few different ways you can do this fight, too. I kind of do the slow, steady approach. He's actually beating me up right now, dude. Okay, yeah. This is the slow and steady approach. You just do one shot at a time. 1 or 2 shots at a time. And let him fall into your shots. And you might notice this treadmill on the floor keeps switching directions. There is a more kind of, I guess, go ham strategy. Let me see if I can do that at all. So you kind of rush him down, and then he tries to switch sides on you. And then you rush him down again, he tries to switch sides. You rush him down again, he tries to switch sides. You'll notice I'm not as good at that one, and he's currently beating me up. Okay. Back to slow and steady. Oh, yeah. I am not good at the go and ham strat, although I think it's faster. So maybe I should try learning it, but I'm not good at the go and ham strat. I've always preferred doing it this way, the slow and steady. But yeah, unfortunately, it does take longer to do it like this. Oh, Metal Man. Yeah, I almost wish I had a second monitor in front of me right now, because if I did, I would make a poll that would be like, for the Metal Man refight, should we do it with his intended weakness, or should we just beat him up with his own weapon? Because the fact that he's weak to his own weapon is probably the funniest thing in this game. Like, well, no, it had to have been intentional. There's no way it's like a glitch, because they would have had to program that in, right? There's no way it's a glitch. Alright, I'm gonna try rushing him down again. Yeah, there's no way it's not intentional for him to be weak to his own weapon. But when I was a kid, I actually wouldn't do it because I wanted to save all my Metal Blades for the final boss. And that's fair, you know, sometimes you want to save your weapons, but also it's just so much fun to beat him with his own weapon, so I should have done it. I should have beat him with his own weapon, because it was just so much fun. Alright, we now have the best weapon in the game. That is actually the reason a lot of people do Metal Man first. Again, in most Mega Man games, you go for the best weapon, and then you use it on everything. And yeah, Metal Man's weapon is in fact the best weapon in the game. From here, you can do Bubble Man or Flash Man or Wood Man. I like to do Bubble Man. Let's do Bubble Man. And let's look at the birds again. Everybody, look at the birds! Alright, so apparently this is Trick Me's favorite Mega Man boss. I'm just kidding. Alright, he has frogs. We're attacking robot frogs. This song is so good. Again, every song hits. Every song hits. All the small animals. Unfortunately, they are robots, and unfortunately, we have to shoot them. I'm very sorry to give you that news. We got some fallen blocks here. Alright, we're gonna go down. Yes, this music is so good. See, Woozie understands. Woozie knows a good thing when he sees it. So, by the way, the reason that Metal Blade is the best weapon in this game is because you can aim it in all 8 directions. Look at this. Forward, down, back, down, up, left, right. All 8 directions, and also its hitbox is huge. So, a weapon that you can aim in all 8 directions, and its hitbox is huge. That is the reason why the meme exists of, oh, playing Mega Man 2, just hit everything with Metal Blade and win. Eddie, welcome back! Welcome back, Eddie. It's good to have you here. You're just in time. I just got the most broken weapon in the game. Alright, these fish things are kind of hard to hit with Metal Blade, actually, so we're gonna use the Buster here. There we go. That was 3 hours of no internet? Dang, dude. I'm sorry. And you know what? I can relate. I am lucky enough to have a decent connection right now, but I remember the days when I could barely even watch Twitch. Like, I had a Twitch account. I had people who I liked to watch, but I could barely watch Twitch because I was on a very old computer and in a house with a very old internet connection. It was a whole ordeal. Let me catch up here. This makes me think of the songs Hyodin made for all of the Mega Man 2 bosses. I don't know if I'm familiar with that. I've heard a lot of remixes for the different songs from Mega Man 2. Obviously, there's the really famous Dwayne and Brando remix. That one, you know, really blew up back in like the early 2010s, I want to say. But I have not heard every single Mega Man song remix, so you know, send me that if you want. Sadistic, hello! Hey, just how you doing? Not much going on, and I saw you started, so I'm here for encouragement. Thank you so much, Sadistic! Oh my goodness, they're quite wacky with the lyrics. Well, for what it's worth, the Dwayne and Brando version is also very wacky with the lyrics. I mean, I know I've talked a lot about wanting this to be a PG stream, so maybe I shouldn't even talk about the Dwayne and Brando version, because the Dwayne and Brando version is extremely not PG. The Dwayne and Brando version is like a gangster rap remix, basically. It's funny, but also kind of messed up. So yeah, don't check out the Dwayne and Brando remix either, unless you're really in the mood for something like that. A rant. I loathe how most mobile games require internet. Sure, there are online games, however, why does a stain of salt... Eddie, you know what I started doing recently? I started deliberately looking for games that I could play on my phone without Wi-Fi. Oh, we got Falling Crabs. We gotta use Metal Blade here, too. There is a Tetris clone called Tecmino that you can install it on your phone, fully playable without Wi-Fi, because, like, the regular Tetris app is, you know, super bloated and super annoying, but Tecmino, you can play it without Wi-Fi, you can play it in airplane mode or anything. And I also got RetroArch. If you have old games that you want to emulate, you can emulate them with RetroArch, and it's super, super convenient. I will say some games are definitely not meant to be played with touchscreen controls. Like even Mega Man, I would not want to play Mega Man with touchscreen controls. But there are some NES games that are totally fine with touchscreen controls. Some like board game style games or card games, old Yu-Gi-Oh video games are totally playable with touchscreen controls. So yeah, I've started using RetroArch just because I was in the same boat as you. I wanted things to play on my phone that were not constantly throwing ads at me. It's very, very relatable. Trick, you're on the hunt for good solitaire or Mahjong games for mobile. Honestly, Trick, maybe like check if there's a subreddit for something like that. You might be able to find something. I mean, I was able to find Techmino just because I googled like Tetris games for Android, and eventually I found Techmino because, yeah, I was looking for one that didn't have ads and didn't have, you know, tons of that stuff, and it's even playable in airplane mode, right? All right, we're gonna poke Bubble Man. You might notice there's spikes on the ceiling. Those are there to poke us, but we're gonna poke him back. Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, you can be fancy with it. You can, you know, dodge and duck and dip and dive and dodge, but unfortunately, it's almost like it's too effective, right? If I could make one criticism of this game, it would actually be that some of the boss weaknesses are a little too effective. Bubble Man just dies in like 6 hits. Oh, Sadistic, what are you saying here? Backpack Brawl. Doesn't require Wi-Fi connection. Hits you against pre-mades built in. Quite fun and can be picked up or down whenever, so no problems. Oh, that's neat. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Footsies. Footsies has a version on Steam, but it also has a mobile version. And Footsies is just a really simple one-button fighting game. If someone tells you, oh, I'm so bad at fighting games, then you can still play Footsies with them because it's literally one button. You just walk back and forth and kick and knee. You have a kick attack and a knee attack, and it's actually so much fun. It's seriously so much fun, and yeah, there's a mobile version that I actually don't know if it has ads or not. It probably... No, I think you could run it in airplane mode if you really needed to avoid the ads. And the Steam version's also only like $4, which is nice. Alright, we're gonna go into the land of the Flash. And guess what? We're about to experience another banger. What do I even say? Like, that intro's so good. This is like not even... I actually have a confession. This is one of my less favorite songs. Like, this is one of my less liked songs in Mega Man 2. But that doesn't mean I don't like it, because it's still so good. Like, even the less good songs are bangers. Like, this game doesn't miss. This game does not miss, I'm telling you. Alright, we gotta take care of these dudes. Yeah. No, I missed a shortcut. That's okay. Oh yeah, you notice also we have ice physics here. Don't ask me why the guy who is in, like, space or something has ice physics on his level. Maybe it's because space is really cold? I don't know. I mean, space is really cold, so that would make sense. BBP has only optional ads and is a roguelike PvP, typically, but not live, so it's very replayable with several... That sounds like a lot of fun, dude. Yeah, maybe if I am looking for another mobile game, I will check it out. But, I mean, like I said a second ago, I would also highly recommend RetroArch. It's a good one, man. It's good. Alright, can I jump? I'm not getting enough height to jump up there. Jan, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here, Jan. I appreciate you so much, dude. Yes, thank you guys for the game recs. It's always cool to hear what people are playing. What the gamers are playing. Okay, actually, I did not even... Yeah, the only thing I'm missing is an extra life. Soon we will have extra lives in spades. We're not fiending for extra lives here. Whoa! I forgot about the jump scare. Okay. Yeah, that's another jump scare for you. But those guys are weak to air shooter, so we don't gotta worry. We don't gotta worry. So funny thing, there's two paths here. The intended thing is that you can only get to the second path if you have crash bombs. But you can get to the second path just by kind of finagling your way in. And now we're on the alternate path. Even though the developers didn't want us to. The Discord is very kind too and has subsections. That's really cool. That game sounds awesome. Alright, we're gonna need our Metal Blades to take care of these guys. Yeah. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Alright. Here's another one where, again, there's two intended paths and we can get on the second path by just finagling our way in there. Look at that. We are pro gamers here. Whoops. We actually want to get down here, though. Yeah. So I got on the second path, but I shouldn't have gotten on the second path. Should I go for it? I'm just gonna use item 2. I'm gonna cheat. Hey, it's not cheating. The game gave me the rocket jet. Alright, so we're already at 3 E-tanks, which is sweet. Hey there, buddy. I'm just gonna walk below you, if that's okay. Oh, I am actually gonna have to fight him, huh? Yeah, I know. I'll fight you in a second. Hold on. Sir, I will fight you in a minute. Let me finish talking to my friends here. Okay. Again, his name is Joe. It's not a joke. It's not a meme. His name is literally Joe. Okay, we are quite low on health, but I think we might still be able to beat Flashman. Because Flashman is not the most threatening guy in the world, let me tell you. Flashman has such a cool design, and I wish that he was good, but he is so bad. He dies in like 4 hits, I swear. Yeah, that that wasn't 4 hits, but it was like maybe 6 hits. I don't know. Yay, we did it. We threw Metal Blade at him and won. Because that's all you gotta do in this game. You throw Metal Blade and you win. Boo. Oh yeah, Flashman gives us an item. This is item 3, right? Item 3 completed. Get your weapons ready. We have completed the item. The item hath been completed. Get equipped with item 3. By the way, on the GameCube version, this is another extremely minor fun fact for you. On the GameCube version, the text that says item 3, get your weapons ready, it auto-completes instead of like slowly printing itself out. I don't know, I just think that's kind of weird. You found a game called Sevens. Is that like a game you play with a regular deck of cards, or is it like a special card game? I have a lot of card games in my own collection. I have one card game that I have grown really, really fond of called Spicy. If you can find it for cheap, I would say get it. Oh, it's a standard deck game? Cool. Yeah, I'm not the most well-versed with standard deck games other than, like, poker and blackjack. I actually have a whole, like, blackjack setup at my house, which is fun. I get to break it out on occasion, deal blackjack to friends and family and coworkers, and make them lose all their money. To be clear, it's play money. We do not play blackjack for real money. We do not run illegal gambling rings here. If anyone tells you that Uncle Jesse runs an illegal gambling ring, they are not telling the truth. Although, let me tell you, If you want to make money, no, I shouldn't even joke about that. Let me tell you guys where the real money is. It's in illegal gambling. You know, sometimes in my line of work, I hear about labor. So my work is in economics. I have a degree in economics. I mentioned it in the slides that I used to be an economics tutor. Used to tutor for economics back in college, and now have a... You're gone for 5 minutes, and now we're talking about crime. Yes, we are. You want to make your own card deck one day? You know, I think that's really cool. I think getting like a custom deck of cards with like your face on it or something. So yeah, my job is in economics, and because of my line of work, I will sometimes hear about labor law violations. Things like people hiring people to do work for them, and then just not paying them. They're like, hey, you want to come work for me? I'll pay you $20 an hour. And then you hire them, and then you just don't pay them. And every time I hear about one of those stories, I'm like, how do people keep getting away with this? Like, it's not the 1910s anymore. How are people still getting away with just, like, hiring people and not paying them? It feels so crazy to me, you know? But people are still doing it. And so it has, I don't, maybe not proud to admit this, but has led to a joke in the office that's like, well, I guess if you really want to make money these days, what you gotta do is hire people and not pay them. Oh, geez. Okay, we got birds. Remember when I said the birds were the worst enemy in the game? I was not joking. Okay, but we got Metal Blades now, and Metal Blades have a huge hitbox, so we should be able to deal with the birds. Should, being the key word. Should be able to deal with the birds. But right now the birds are beating us up, dude. Okay, we got a health pack. The health pack will help us not get quite so beat up by the birds. Yeah, Nightbot's gonna be a real stickler about caps, guys. I'm sorry, but I'll be honest, I also am gonna be a bit of a stickler about caps. I'm fine with the little caps here and there, but it's like Chinese Five Spice, you know? You ever... That is the weirdest analogy I've given all day. You ever make Chinese food and make Chinese Five Spice, or put Chinese Five Spice in your... My mom has a recipe for egg roll filling, for egg rolls, that calls for Chinese Five Spice. And you only need like a 1/4 teaspoon of Chinese Five Spice for the entire pot. Like, and if you put in any more, it's so overpowering. And I guess I'm saying that's how I feel about caps. It's maybe one of the weirder analogies I've given all day. It's like, I don't know, it's like pepper. It's like sriracha. Okay, we're at Crashman. We have full E-tanks now. What about beanies? Your family's favorite card game requires everyone to have their own deck with different artwork on the back so points can be counted, and it's a fun excuse to collect different decks. Oh, that's so cool! That reminds me of, I feel like I've heard of games like that before. Oh, I swear I have a game that's like that. I have a game called Happy Salmon, where everyone gets a deck, but it's not a deck of 52 cards, it's a deck of 12 cards. And all of the decks have different colored backs, yeah. By the way, you can buy Happy Salmon for like $10, I'm pretty sure, if you ever want to try it. That is one of those games that will make you make a lot of noise. Chocolate? Oh, Trick, don't tell me you don't like chocolate. I mean, if you don't like too much, I understand. By the way, we just killed Crashman. He dies in 3 hits. Nerds! Okay, I have heard of that game. That's one of those games where it's like there's no turns and everyone is just going at the same time. I am so bad at those kinds of games. Bananagrams is another one. Bananagrams, if you don't know, is like Scrabble, but with no turns. Scrabble, everyone goes at the same time, and the first person to finish their crossword puzzle wins. I'm so bad at it. There's just something about having to think so fast, and it feels like my friends are just better at thinking really fast than I am. So Sadistic, I believe I'd have to double check, but I believe what I set it to do is to flag if there's a certain amount of capital letters in a row. I think it's like if there's more than 20 capital letters in a row, then it will give the user a warning. So you can say a couple words in caps and you should be fine. Or even if you intersperse it with emotes, I think that should be okay. But chocolate is yummy, but you only like a little bit, and you'll share the rest with someone else? Aw, that's very nice of you, Trick. You are a chocolate sharer. Scrabble, but you buy letters. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Machikoro. Machikoro is like Monopoly mixed with Yahtzee or something. Hold on, Sadistic. Let me see what the message... Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, I see the message you sent. Yeah, what about Camel Case? But I believe what I set it to was to block a certain number of capital letters in a row. Maybe it does still check for if there's just like over 90% caps or something. Yeah, Camel Case is only good for if you're doing like the SpongeBob meme. Oh, Space Base. I have heard that Space Base is similar to Machikoro. But yeah, Machikoro, I would honestly describe it as like a better Monopoly. It's a Monopoly that you can play in like 20 minutes, and it still gives you the feeling of like soul-crushing die rolls, which I know for some people that's what they don't like about Monopoly. For me, that is what I do like about Monopoly. I love it when I roll the dice, and it's like, if I roll a 7, I'm gonna die. For me, that's what makes Monopoly fun. I understand that's not how everyone feels. But Machikoro passes on that feeling of like, if I roll a 7 here, I win, and if I don't roll a 7, I'm gonna feel so bad. But it's a very different theme. The theme is that you're building a resort, and you want to build the best resort. So it does kind of have the same feeling of, building up your empire like Monopoly gives you. But instead of building up an empire of real estate, you're building the best resort. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I would honestly highly recommend it. The only downside to the game is that the box it comes in is huge. It has like 4... I think the box that the game comes in is meant for expansions, because it has like 4 big deck spaces in it. There's only 1 deck of cards. It's very confusing. Soul-crushing die rolls sounds like your D&D sesh today. Oh no. Hold on. Can we get some soul-crushing die rolls in chat right now? Let me see. Can I get a soul-crushing die roll? 11! Oh, that's not soul-crushing enough. I'm sorry, I can't feel your pain. But, you feel free to tell me. Feel free to tell me how D&D went today, dude. I love hearing D&D stories. I think especially DMs. DMs are always the best at telling D&D stories. Woozy got, maybe not a soul-crushing dice roll, but just a regular type crushing die roll. Our rolls are too good. I'm sorry. Our rolls are too good to relate to your soul-crushing die rolls. I'm trying to scroll up in chat here, and okay. That was weird. Chat was, I was trying to scroll up in chat to catch up, and it wouldn't let me scroll up for a second there. Neutral crushing die roll, yes. Okay. Heatman's another stage where, you can kill everything with Metal Blade. Again, the fact that Metal Blade is a weapon you can shoot in all directions is so valuable. Especially for these guys. I forgot what these guys' names are. I just think of them as the dudes with big eyeballs. Do you guys see that? That extra life is taunting me. Extra life down in the lava. Another extra life down in the lava. Oh my goodness. This game knows. The game knows. Okay, I will read your story in just a second, my dude. I'm gonna get past this part. Alright, we got past them. You tried to infuse your sword with a meat cube. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read your story and understand, but I'm stuck on you tried to infuse your sword with a meat cube. You end up creating one of the 7 deadly sins. You are then immediately sliced in half, but you are now revived by the use of an emergency item, and you have a plan on how to get revenge despite being only level 3. That, man, that sounds like you had quite the uneventful day, Sadistic. I am still hung up on trying to infuse your sword with a meat cube. What does that mean? I've played D&D a fair amount of times. I've had a few D&D sessions. I've had a few Pathfinder sessions. I know about enchanted items. I even one really funny story actually. The friend of mine I was playing with, he had a spell, and that spell gave some kind of enchantment, but in order to cast the spell, you had to wear a gold ring worth at least... It was like, you have to be wearing a gold ring that is worth at least 5 GP or something like that. And so he specifically asked the DM, is there a gold ring around here worth at least 5 GP? And the DM was like, why do you want a gold ring with at least 5 GP? The DM was very confused. But... So I know, point being, I've heard of, infusing yourself with a gold ring. That makes sense to me. Infusing yourself with a meat cube. I had to break into a massive vault to get to it, and they started to vibrate near each other. I thought it was a good idea to slap them together. Oh no. Was this your DM's idea? Was it your DM's idea to have you break into a meat factory? As if so, that's really funny, but also maybe your DM needs to calm down a little bit. It was a DM homebrew? Oh, interesting. I will say, I feel like food-related campaigns, or just food-related events, are just really funny. There's just something inherently funny about when, like, food becomes a central part of the campaign. This was actually not a session that I played, but a session that I was listening to. I was at my brother's place while he was in a D&D session. I was just, like, doing homework, and he was in a D&D session. But the DM had the party go to a bakery, and the bakery had been infested by golems, and also by, like, dark magic or something. So the bakery's taken over by golems and dark magic, and because of that, the bakery items start becoming enemies. And so he's like, I specifically remember he's like, oh no, you're being attacked by a cheesy jalapeno bread. And then to the fighter or whoever, he says like, okay, make your attack roll. And then after you make your attack roll, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw to not be so hungry that you try to eat the cheesy jalapeno bread that is attacking you. You're being attacked by a cheesy jalapeno golem. You need to make a Constitution saving throw to not try to eat the cheesy jalapeno golem. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I wasn't even there for that session, but it was hilarious. We are doing a Rain World inspired run, but I missed your message here. This was a cameo from another game because they rolled a special thing. That sounds... that just sounds really cool. That day for a D&D character to be gluten intolerant. Oh no. What if the DM's like, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for eating gluten? Oh, that would be awful. Okay. Guess what? We have another magic block puzzle. And this one, I do not normally even try this one. This magic block puzzle is really hard. I mean, you can just see, there's tons and tons of blocks here. How many lives do I have? I have 4 lives. You know, I'm gonna do the thing I did before. I'm gonna try to do this legit, And if I can't do it legit, then I will use an item. Because, and this time you can't even call it cheating, because the game gave me those items, okay? Don't call it cheating if it's a tool that the game gave to me. Oh, jeez, okay. We're gonna lock in here. We're gonna lock in. That's what the kids are saying, right? Tangela escaped. Tangela is a very cute Pokemon. I've always thought Tangela is kind of cute. The only thing is, I heard this from a Big Yellow video, actually. He said, he was talking about, like, which Pokemon he'd want to hang out with, which is kind of silly. But he said, I'd hang out with Tangela, the only problem is, Tangela's probably very clumsy. Tangela will probably trip and fall, or Tangela will, like, knock something over. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Tangela seems like the kind of Pokemon that would, like, knock over your lamp, and then you'd be like, hey man, that was my lamp, and he'd be like, oh sorry man, I'm covered in vines, I don't know what to do about it. Oh man. We are on the struggle bus, and we haven't even gotten to the lava part yet. Oh, I fell right through that. I swear. But yes, we went from talking about crime to talking about D&D. That's very impressive, actually. Oh, okay. So you gotta go... I'm actually... So you gotta go left, right, and then up. You had to knock out one of your own teammates because they got 3 concussions in a row and broke all their limbs. Broke all their limbs trying to... What the heck? You want to play Space Base? Man, you're making me want to play Space Base too. Your earbuds get stuck on those things? Oh man. Earbuds getting stuck on doorknobs? Oh man. They died of internal hemorrhaging. Yeah, that sounds very tragic. Did they have to roll a new character after that? Okay. We're going right and then up. I had it, but I didn't time the jump right. Okay. See, you can skip this entire sequence by just using item 2. Okay. I'm feeling the temptation to skip this entire sequence by using item 2, but I wanna do it until I die once, you know? Oh man. Well, hey, you know, I said earlier that you guys would have more fun watching me struggle. I hope you guys are having fun watching me struggle right this minute. Oh geez, I tried to go up. You love untangling earbuds? You know, I think you might love untangling earbuds for the same reason I love organizing magic cards. There's something satisfying about taking something disorganized and making it organized. Also, sorry, Automod's being a little aggressive, guys. I might have to whitelist a couple words there. You know, I did not know what words Automod would have a fit over until I started, and I know literally everyone who uses Automod has that experience of like, oh man, I had to whitelist this random word, I don't know why. We respawn at the beginning of every session. Oh, that makes sense. Then it also makes more sense for characters to kind of die, because like, if it's not... Oh geez, I'm scared. I'm so scared right now. Okay, I think from here it's mostly straight. I think from here it's just straight shooting. I'm not even going to go for the 1-up. Alright. Oh no. Okay. You know what? We got most of the way there. I actually feel proud of myself for that. The first time you found a friend's favorite Pokemon in a bargain bin of cards, the urge to organize is strong. Never trust the predetermined list of the bots. I mean, I had some friends tell me that because I was curious about like using Nightbot for moderation or using Mobot for moderation, and I talked to a couple friends about it, and they were like, honestly, Twitch's built-in moderation has been good enough for me. I haven't felt the need to use a separate moderation bot. And I said, okay, that's good. But I know that, you know, if you're using Twitch's built-in moderation, including automod, that it's just a natural thing that there are some words it has a cow over. Okay. But I mean, that's okay, you know, we can whitelist words, we'll take care of it, right? I gotta do this part all over again. Okay, we're back. Oh, almost got instant death traps. Okay. Hey, you be nice. Okay, so we got almost all the way to the end that time. I'll show you how to cheese it with item 2. And actually, while I'm at it, I'll show you a funny trick you can do with item 2. So we're gonna... Whoops. That was... Wait for these blocks to go away. We're gonna get on item 2. And if you're on item 2, you can just hold right. And Mega Man does a little dance. Back on Mixer, there was a censor bot called Catbot. It was the most broken thing ever. It censored someone saying killing Skittles. And Tankian as in search Tankian. Oh, that's interesting. You know, I think sometimes the word kill does get censored. But I mean, your message right now did not get censored, so but I think it might be the word kill like in combination with other violent sounding words that get censored. Because I think I have seen that too. Or I've even seen like if I was about to send a message that had the word kill in it, then Twitch would be like, are you sure you want to send this message? Which actually, honestly, probably was a good thing, because I don't just want to use the word kill in every situation. I don't want people to think I'm a murderer. Tankian is fun. Is it just because tank is in it? I mean, Automod does do that, where it'll censor a word, even if it's used as like a portion of another word. So if it censors jerk, it'll also censor jerk face. Or if it censors butt, it'll also censor butt face. But Tankian being part of Search Tankian is kind of funny. Alright. Hey, we did the jump. Fun fact, if to dodge Mega Man... This is Heatman. Everyone say hi to Heatman. In order to dodge his first attack, you have to do a very well-timed jump, otherwise it will hit you. And I was just like, I'm gonna go for it, and I did it. We have a party of 4. One guy's never interested in anything. Another was the concussion guy. Finally, I was the main one driving the story, albeit in a very negative direction. And finally, the last guy who supported me was the one who revived us all with a special item. Oh, man. When you say guy who's never interested in anything, I hope you don't mean like he's not interested in the game. I hope you mean like his character's not interested, and not that he's just not interested in the game, because that kind of sucks if you have to play with people who just don't really want to be there. I mean, that's the whole point of D&D. The whole point of a role-playing game is everyone is having fun and everyone wants to be there. So, I mean, if one of your players is genuinely not interested, I hope you can bring that spark back to him, you know? Hi and bye, Heatman. Yeah, exactly. Mostly just reading during it. Alright, we got 2 left, and should we do Quickman first or Woodman first? We're gonna do Woodman first. Saving Quickman for last is kind of, I don't know, feels like tradition to me, because his level is definitely the hardest. Woodman's not too bad, but there's a lot of flexibility. I feel like Mega Man 2 has a lot... just in general, Mega Man 2 has a lot of flexibility with what order you can do the bosses in. Admittedly, a lot of that flexibility just comes from the fact that so many bosses and enemies are weak to Metal Blade. Like, yeah, Mega Man 2 has a lot of flexibility, because everything's weak to Metal Blade. But I mean, that's okay. We still love you, Mega Man 2. I mean, heck, I've been praising this game all day. I'm not about to start making, you know, lots of minor criticisms. Yes, everything's weak to Metal Blade. That's just how the game be. Metal versus wood, who wins? Yeah. Actually, the Metal Blade is not his primary weakness, but it is one of his weaknesses. Okay, funny thing, you can stand on the corner here and just barely dodge the flames. Look at that. Just barely dodging it. It's like the piranha plants in Super Mario Bros. I'm not cheating. A saw blade is not the primary weakness of the tree. No, his main weakness is actually his main weakness is Heatman's weapon. The heat, what's it called? Heat blaster, heat burner, something like that. Wood weak to burning, basically. All right, we gotta get this guy. Gotta time your jumps here. Hey, we did it. No damage either. Saw has to be. Saw is the follow-up. Yes. In fact, you'll probably see me do it. I'll use the Heatman's weapon, and then after that, I'll switch to Metal Blade. Fun fact about this final dog mini boss. Obviously, they include a little protrusion on the ceiling to try to make it harder. But if you just aim precisely, you can get him on his tippy toes with the Metal Blade. I'm getting his tippy toes. Poor guy. I'm clipping... No, actually I'm doing him a favor. I clipped his nails. Hey, Mr. Doggo, you need your nails clipped. Alright, and we are in the second half of the level now. And once again... use Metal Blade and win. That is the name of the game here. By the way, did I mention yet another banger? Oh yeah. And being able to aim down, being able to catch the birds, I'm telling ya, this weapon's broken. Get the bird eggs before they hatch. That's don't count your chickens before they hatch, or your bird eggs. That joke didn't really work, did it? I'm sorry, I've been dethroned. I'm no longer the king of dad jokes. Woozie has outdone me. Also, yeah, we just killed a bunny. I'm sorry, but it was a robot bunny, so you know. Ow. Hey, that one hit us. That was not very nice. That was not very nice of you, sir. Alright, one more. Oh, jeez. Excellent. Oh, no. Robo animals shall live again. What if this game is actually the prequel to Sonic the Hedgehog? Wait, that's a Sonic thing, right? In Sonic, all the animals get turned into robots, and Sonic sets the animals free. Don't count your eggs before you're done with the omelet, because odds are you'll break a few more. You are mixing sayings on me, my man. You are mixing up sayings on me, and it's confusing me. Oh, you guys want to see a glitch? That chicken goes through the wall. Want to see it again? The chicken goes through the wall. Okay, that's a very minor glitch. You just have to dodge the chickens. You cannot kill the chickens, you just have to dodge them. Oh. Dodge the chicken. And we are at Woodman. A wild Seedot. Seedot's a cute little Pokemon. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Heatman's weapon was actually the first weapon to have a charging ability. So I'm going to charge it and then throw my max charge Heatman, heat ball of flame, whatever the heck you want to call it, right at Woodman's very flammable face. You have to wait for it to charge, though. Bam! And that's half his health right there. We need to use an E-Tank. Yeah, okay, we'll use an E-Tank, because I don't want to do this fight all over again. And then we switch to Metal Blade. There we go. So, what did we learn today? We learned that with a combination of fire and chainsaws, you can cut down a tree. Although I would not actually recommend using fire to cut down a tree. That sounds like a really bad idea. It's like in Minecraft, they say don't rely on fire to clear forests unless you want your map to resemble unless you want your map to resemble like napalm. Alright, Quickman. Quickman's level is the hardest level in the game, and Quickman is also probably the hardest boss in the game, so you guys are in for a treat. You get to watch me struggle a little bit more. First I'm gonna grab this extra life. Cut down trees with fire? Oh no. I do not want to be invited to your logging trips. Sorry to say, but usually I have more fire than saw blades. That's pretty good, that's pretty good. Okay, so, Quickman's level's gimmick is that... Okay, I made a joke about instant death traps earlier, but this level has actual instant death traps. I'm not going to use Time Stopper for this first one. I'm going to try doing these legit, and if I can't do them legit, I will cheat. But also, again, it's not cheating if the game gives it to me. See those giant spaghetti noodles? They are the spaghetti noodles of death. Shoot, I missed the E-Tank. Oh, man. Okay, well, I made it through. Also, it's dark now. I believe these guys are weak to the air shooter, actually. Because wind puts out fire. See, Mega Man teaches you so much about life. Why go to school when you have Mega Man? Okay, this is the second string cheese whiz spaghetti noodle section. This one's much harder, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. I have not done it in a while. I used to be able to do this legit. Like I've done this before. I'll try it. If I can't do it, I'll use Time Stopper. All right, locking in. I know the pattern, but it's just like, it's still hard to execute even if you know the pattern. Oh no, I might have gone too far there. Yep, I went too far. I want to try that again, because that's like the last one, too. How many lives do I have? I have enough lives. I'm going to try it again. I really want to be able to do that again, because it's so satisfying once you pull it off. The game does give you the Time Stopper at this point to, the game gives you the Time Stopper to kind of cheese it out, but I want to be able to do it without it, because it's just so satisfying to pull it off. Okay, let's try again. Alright. Go, 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 go. We barely crossed that time. Okay. Go right, go right. Last one. Yeah! Oh my goodness. It's been so long since I've done that. Oh my goodness. It's been forever since I've done that. I still got it, baby. I still got it. Thank you for the congrats, the GGs. You know, it's not like it's the greatest accomplishment in my life or anything, but it just feels pretty cool. Pull it off. Okay, I gotta Mega Buster this guy. Good job, you get a cheese. Oh, thank you for the cheese. You know, I don't plan on using Tangia, just because I don't want the stream to have too many distractions. I feel like I like it most when the gameplay is the main focus of the stream, and not just... You don't need tons and tons of distractions all over screen. But I do kind of want to add the cheese slap. The cheese slap is just so iconic. It's part of our community. So I kind of do want to add the cheese slap. Maybe just that. Okay, so we did not use Time Stopper for the race, so we get to use the time stopper on Quickman. Because Quickman is quick. So when you freeze time, it hurts him, because he wants to move fast. So freezing time hurts him. And then after that, his weakness is Crash Bomb. Wonderful fragrances such as 24-month aged Gouda. I do not plan on making a cheese fragrance, okay? I don't think a cheese fragrance is something that any of my customers want. Hey, if you take away half his health, the rest of the fight's pretty easy. Also, if you get, it's super hard, but if you get one of the Crash Bombs to explode on a wall, and he runs into it right after it explodes, the explosion does tons of damage, but it's really hard to get him to do that. Alright, that was the last level, and we're on to, alright, ear warning everyone. We are on to face Dr. Wowie. When we find Yakufu, we'll find Dr. Wowie. For those who don't know, the voice actor in the Mega Man cartoon, and also in Mega Man 8, just had like a horrible, like the worst voice acting ever, seriously. And for whatever reason, they decided to give Dr. Light like a lisp. As we find out Wobot, we'll find Dr. Wowie. It's the weirdest thing. Okay, by the way, banger alert. This is probably the most iconic song in the entire Mega Man franchise. And for good reason. It's so good. This is the one song you know. Yeah, if there has to be one Mega Man song that you know, and like you forget the rest of them, it's this one. Like, oh, by the way, if you so normally you can only have 3 shots on screen at a time. That's just an NES thing. If you go up against a wall, you can do that. Anyway, that's not even a glitch. That's just a funny little thing. Yeah, this song's so good. Okay. We're shooting metal blades at the birds. Because again, if you let the eggs explode, you are going to have a real hard time. This is also where the game starts requiring the use of items, so we gotta use items to climb these walls. And then we gotta go back to use Metal Blade and win. Oh, I should have taken that. Yeah. Every time I see a refill, I'm gonna be super stingy about it, because I actually do not want any of my weapons to be depleted, because, you know, that's how this works. Nintendo physics works about as well as Nintendo law. Oh, jeez! You know, I don't disagree. I was not expecting the Nintendo slander to start this stream, but I can't say I disagree. Man. I mean, look, I'm a Mega Man fan. I am lucky to be a fan of a franchise where the developers actually like their fans. Oh, shoot, I messed that up. The developers of Mega Man actually enjoy the fact that people are fans of their game. And they will, you know... You already made a recreation of the Twitch logo as slander? Oh no. Yeah, the developers of Mega Man love it when you post fan art. They love it when you make a fan game, even. Yeah, I know not everyone is so lucky. Okay, if you do a super precise jump here... Yeah, there we go. I know not everyone is so lucky. Twitch ad will you watch in the colors of the style? Oh my gosh, that's funny. I'm gonna shake my fist like an old man and say, I remember when streamers got to choose whether or not to run ads at all. That's me shaking my fist like a grumpy old man. Might post it in the Creative Happenings channel. Oh, I'd love to see it, dude. Alright, we gotta take care of Joe over here. Old Joe. You know what, Joseph? That's right, I'm calling you by your full government name. Sniper Joseph Tomlinson. Joseph Tomlinson, you are under arrest for being a sniper. Oh, jeez. Okay. Once again, I'd like to give a shout-out to all the 80s and 90s kids who got stuck on this part, because the game doesn't explain it. So, yeah, this isn't a part where you're soft-locked, it's just a part where if you don't know, you might get stuck. You have to get over to that ladder. Item 2 does not give you enough height to get over to the ladder. You actually have to use item 1. And there you go. It's not the most complicated puzzle in the world, but just if you didn't know, then it's kind of a brutal, like, knowledge check, you know? Shields are fun, don't blame me. Hey, I think shields are fun. Shields are cool. Okay, should I use Boomerang or Buster for... I'm gonna use Boomerang. You don't actually need to use this boss's weakness. You can do it just fine with the Mega Buster, but I'll use his weakness just because... Look, Mega Man's rocking the pink, okay? Real men know how to rock the pink, right? He's rocking the pink. Okay. Mecha Dragon, there he is. Actually, he prefers to go by the name Fido. I'm just kidding. He's the Mecha Dragon. The strategy for Mecha Dragon is stand on the top platform and shoot him till he dead. Because if you stand on the middle platform, he might knock you to your demise. Yeah. I know I said that Mega Man 2 tried to tone down on the shoot it until it's dead bosses, but it still has a couple of them. And that is a shoot it until it dead boss. Alright, level 2. What do I want to refill? I want to refill item 1. Yeah, you actually gotta think about which items to refill and when, which I like. I'm actually gonna leave that there. Hold on. Shoot this guy. Hop over this in case I die. Use item 2. Oh, shoot. Okay, I did die. Who has time for thinking? You know, that's a good point. I love thinking. I'm like René Descartes over here, okay? René Descartes said that thinking should count as a hobby, and I agree. Okay, use item 2. I'm gonna do that little trick again. Don't go to the first ladder, go to the second ladder. The first ladder is a trick. It's a trick, it's a trap, it's an illusion. Don't do it. I'm not even joking, by the way. So, there is for those who don't know, there is a boss later on that requires all your crash bombs. But the game is taunting you this whole time, like, hey, look at these walls, don't you want to bomb them with your crash bombs? But don't do it, because the boss requires all your crash bombs, and if you use them, then you won't be able to beat it. And it's just a huge prank. That's what it is. It's a prank. See, there's going to be more of them right here. See, the game is like, look at these highly bombable walls. Don't you want to bomb them? And you just have to say no. Scandalous? Yes, this game is scandalous. Okay, we're gonna run into another wall of nails here. Yeah. Okay, this is where I am gonna use my turbo button. Because I need to shoot through these guys. It's okay, sometimes I forget how to spell too. Alright, I actually wanna refill some boomerangs. Oh, it went away. Okay. Auto fire, save me. Okay, we made it through. Oh, we didn't make it through. A wild... You know, the Pokemon community game has taught me so many names of Pokemon that I would not know otherwise. Because, I was a Gen 1 kid. I did not actually grow up during the height of Pokemania, but I was a little brother. And because I was a little brother, I got hand-me-downs. And because I got hand-me-downs, I was playing Pokemon Blue when my friends were playing Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. To be fair, I wasn't the only one. There were other kids at school who also still played Pokemon Red and Blue, probably because they were also younger siblings. Which is really funny to think about, actually. So yeah, I was playing Pokemon Blue when the greater Pokemon playing population had moved on to Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. So I do consider myself a Gen 1 baby. I did also play Silver, And I did also play a bit of Emerald, although that was much later. That was much later in life that I played Emerald. And only like in the last year did I finally play Pearl, so I could say I played Gen 4. So I'm not a full-on Gen 1er, but I'm like half of a Gen 1er, because Gen 1 is still my first Pokemon experience. It's still where all my Pokemon memories lie. I still remember, you know, renting VHS tapes of the first season of the anime from the video rental store. Those were good times, man. Okay, this boss is the wall. And I'm not joking, it's the wall. You can't outstall the wall. But he's weak to Bubble Lead, so... Mimu betrayed all of it for Digimon! Hey, it's okay to be a Digimon fan. I have watched, not like all of it, but I've watched some of the Digimon anime, and I totally understand why people would say that the Digimon anime is better than the Pokemon anime. Like, from what I have watched, I totally get it. Because it's a good anime. So I understand why people say it's better than the Pokemon anime. Oh man, my hands are getting tired. Luckily, we are on the last few levels of the game here. We got, what, 3 or 4 more levels? And besides, we all know Mimu's a Digimon fan. Like, it's not like it was a secret and she betrayed us. She was just also a Digimon fan. Unless it was a secret to you that Mimu was a Digimon fan, in which case, sorry you had to find out like this. Okay, see? Again, the game's like, look at these bombable walls, don't you want to bomb them? You just gotta say nope. You don't care about either. I mean, with the current state of Pokemon, that's kind of fair. I feel like... I'm not gonna be a super-duper Poke hater, but I feel like, the general consensus is that the quality of Pokemon has gone down. Even during Pokemon Go, I actually never played Pokemon Go because at the time I was a broke college student and I could not afford a good cell phone. And you needed a good cell phone to play. By the way, I just killed a fish with a boomerang. Just had to point that out. You needed a good cell phone to play Pokemon Go. If your cell phone was not fast enough, you could not play that game. And my cell phone was not fast enough, so I could not play that game. So I missed out on the entire Pokemon Go craze. And you know what? Sometimes I miss it, but you know what? There was a lot of things in college I missed out on, and most of them I do not actually feel even the slightest bit bad about. Like, I don't feel bad that I missed every single trend in college, because most of them were stupid anyway. Most of those were silly, stupid little trends. Alright, you gotta jump. There we go. Jump. Okay. This is another boss that is weak to the boomerang, so we get to rock the pink! Let's go, dude. Hey, I'm gonna beat you with the power of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's the Guts Dozer. And you know what? This boss is so cool. I wish it was stronger, but it's not. The attacks are not hard to dodge. Okay. I say the attacks are not hard to dodge right as I'm getting hit. But yeah, the attacks are not hard to dodge, and you just shoot him with a boomerang. It's such a cool-looking boss. I wish it was hard, you know? Pink, go, punch. Yeah. Don't mess with the pink, or you'll get punched. That's what Mega Man said. Alright, this level is a puzzle. And I'm not saying that as an exaggeration, this level is just a puzzle. I don't even need any refills. I'll save those in case I die and have to come back. This is probably also a level where a lot of 80s and 90s kids got stuck. But thankfully, I was playing this game in the 2000s, and in the 2000s we had a little thing called GameFAQs. I told you you could get over most of your streamer stress. Honestly, dude, that means a lot. I actually... The nerves did not hit me as hard as I thought they would. They still hit me. The nerves did still hit me, but they did not hit quite as hard as I thought they would. Also, the fact that, I had to, like, fix the game capture right before stream. Oh, okay, hold on a second. So remember when I said this level's a puzzle? Yeah, invisible platforms. You have to find out where the invisible platforms are. And there's a couple ways you can do that. One way is just by jumping blindly in the air. I think the intended way to do it is by using bubble lead. You notice bubble lead will fall if there's an invisible platform. So I believe the intended way to do this level is to use your memory, trial and error, and then also use bubble lead to find out where the invisible platforms are. And then do that, you know? Because, yeah, they're... Oh, jeez, I did it again! Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get... Okay. Jesse feels like a natural... Oh, thank you, Trick! You know what's so funny? Actually, I really wanted to talk about this. I'm glad it came up. Because I didn't have a literal list, but, like, I had a kind of mental list in the back of my head of things I might want to talk about if they came up. Oh, by the way, here's another one. I might actually cheat on this one, because I'll use the bubble lead and show you. Yeah, you see, you might fall into the spikes there. I'm gonna use item 2. It's not a hard jump, but I just don't want to deal with it, man. My hands are already tired. Alright, do we already have 4 E-tanks? We already have 4 E-tanks. We don't even need that E-tank. So, if you guys, some of you guys might know, one of my favorite YouTubers and streamers is a guy named Sajam. And Sajam is a fighting game and overall video game commentator. He's had a lot of jobs in video game commentary. He is arguably, I don't want to gas him up too much, I mean, it's not like he knows me, but he is arguably one of the best video game commentators in the world. Like, he's really good at what he does. And he has made a series of YouTube videos about how to get good at video game commentary. There's one in particular. I see you are a perfume bottle. What scent are you? You know, I would say, like, I'm a tobacco scent, but a tobacco scent in a blue bottle doesn't actually make sense. Tobacco's usually, you know, because the color of the bottle matters. We like to pretend it doesn't matter, but it does matter. And a blue bottle's usually like oceanic, maybe citrusy. My favorite scent family is tobacco. I love like Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. I love that oh, what's it called? The like nightclub, jazzy nightclub. That's not the real name of it, but that's all I can think of right now. And I think it's by MFK or someone. No, I forget who it's by. My favorites, a lot of my favorite scents are tobacco scents. And before you ask, no, a tobacco perfume does not smell like cigarettes. Love smells that are just concepts. I mean, oceanic is not super because I think you know what the smell of the ocean is like. But there are definitely some that are like, what even are you trying to sell me on kind of a thing. That does happen for sure. Especially, I mean, okay, don't even make me go on the... Oh, you mean with the nightclub? Okay, so that particular scent, the reason I called it Jazzy Nightclub, because I can't remember the real name of it, is it is a mixture of an alcohol, like rum kind of scent, and then on top of it, a tobacco scent. So you have tobacco and alcohol in one scent, and that's why it kind of gives the feeling of like, the artist's intention is for it to give the feeling of like being in a smoky jazz club. That's the idea behind it. You know, oftentimes perfume is designed with like, what kind of atmosphere do I want to convey here? Smoke and alcohol sounds like a night out in the 80s. I mean, well, it's not smoke necessarily, although there are some fragrances that are actually smoky. And that was what I was going to say. Tobacco smells do not actually smell like cigarettes, because I don't like the smell of cigarettes either. It's more like a raw tobacco plant. So I was going to say, okay, hold on. There's a guy in here we got to beat up. If you do not do that, he will hit you. So, Sajam made a series of YouTube videos where he talked about getting good at video game commentary. And I ended up watching the whole series just because I thought the topic was fascinating, even though I don't really plan on being a video game commentator. Good wood smell and pulled pork. Oh man, you're making me hungry, dude. Can confirm tobacco scented is very different from secondhand smoke. Yes, exactly. So he's talking about getting good at commentary, and a lot of the stuff he mentions is really interesting. And like I said, I listened to the whole series just because I thought it was such an interesting topic, even though I do not plan on being a video game commentator. I always thought being a poker commentator would be a really cool job. Commentating poker just looks so much fun. But just yesterday, I come across a video that's called, like, How to Talk to Yourself on Twitch. And a lot of the advice that they were giving is, like, the exact same advice. It's, be able to give the why of things that you're doing instead of just merely describing what you're doing. No one just, you know, if you're trying to figure out the controls, you can say, all right, what does the left button do? What does the right button do? Like, you can do that for a little bit, but people don't just want to hear you describe what buttons you're pushing for hours on end. You eventually want to get to describing the why of what you're doing. Being able to cut yourself off mid-sentence if something really important happens, that's actually a skill I never would have thought about as far as, like, commentary goes. But yeah, something important might happen out of nowhere, and if something important happens out of nowhere, you have to cut yourself off mid-sentence. And again, hearing that described as a streamer skill. So it was just really interesting hearing these things being described as streamer skills that were also described by Sajam as commentary skills. I just think that's fascinating. I guess the one big difference between the two is that streaming is a lot more conducive to small talk, because you don't go to watch a football game and the football announcer's like, well guys, how's your day going? What's your go-to coffee order? What do you think of this game? Yeah, they don't say that. But it is interesting how much of the skills transfer over. You already talk to yourself when you're doing things. You know, it's funny because when I was a kid, I think I remember, like, the first wave of Let's Plays on YouTube, when people, like, figured out game capture and figured out, oh, I can record game capture and record my voice and upload a Let's Play to YouTube. People were figuring that out. I remember some very early Let's Plays. And I think because I was exposed to that, I would start, like, narrating myself while playing video games. So I was literally thinking to myself right before stream started, like, I hope I can tap into the childlike wonder that I used to have when I would commentate myself playing video games. The aged wisdom of the uncle. You know, I mean, I do like it when, you know, my nephews ask me a question and I actually am able to help them and give them some advice. It's always a good feeling when you're able to give someone advice that they actually want and that they actually want to listen to you. Anyway, this boss is the most laggy thing ever, as you might notice. This is also the boss that requires all your crash bombs. So, we are going to be very careful about our item usage, and we're going to be very careful about our crash bomb usage, because if we are not, we will lose, and then we'll have to do the whole level over again, or like half the level over again. Okay, there's 2. There's 3. Whoops. This is also a boss where I am totally not afraid to use my E-tanks, because, oh, I might accidentally get the glitch. Hold on. Hey, I got the glitch on accident. There's a glitch where you can briefly become immune to damage, and sometimes I do it on purpose. That time I did it on accident. Alright, we got him. So, if you know... again, the whole level's a puzzle. if you know the solution to that boss fight, it's not that bad. I didn't even need to use an E-Tank. But if you do not know the solution, you kind of just lose. When I was a kid, I would actually break all the walls and then backtrack just so I could refill my crash bombs and then come back again. But that would take forever, and it did take me forever. So I did not do that again. It's not a soft lock. It's not a soft lock because you go back to the midway point of the level. And when you're at the midway point of the level, you can beat up enemies. You can shoot some enemies to get weapon drops. So it's not a real soft lock, but it's just you lose a life. Anyway, we are at the boss refights. This was the first game to have a chamber room. Isn't that cool? Oh, there was a Shellos? How did I miss the Shellos? Shellos is such a cool Pokemon. Alright, Flashman. He's even easier when he doesn't have the funky terrain to mess with you. Remember when I said Metal Man was weak to his own weapon? I'm gonna give you guys a moment to prepare, because really, like, you need a moment to prepare for this. This is maybe the funniest thing in the entire franchise right here. Okay, you ready? I'm just gonna rush him down. There, he's dead. 2 hits. On the easy difficulty, it's 1 hit. Alright, Crashman. Also, another random Mega Man trivia for you. There's a ROM hack called Rockman No Constancy, which I've actually never played, but I've seen it. And in that game, I forget, they made all new weapons for that game, and basically there's a different boss that gives you a Metal Blade shaped weapon. And Metal Man is also weak to that weapon. So even in the wrong hack, basically even in the ROM hacks, Metal Man is weak to his own Metal Blades. Okay, we have Time Stopper, so let's use it. Yeah! You stay still. This is me when I was 12 and I had like ADD brain and I couldn't stay still. It made me lose health to stay still. I am the smell of a mana potion? What does a mana potion smell like? That is, I mean, yes, I understand that, you know, red is a health potion, blue is a mana potion. I smell magic. You know, if I smell magical, I think I'm okay with that. Okay, do I want to use more Metal Blades? I think I actually want to switch to using Quick Boomerangs. We're actually going to try for this boss fight. There we go. Yeah, I realize I do actually want to save my Metal Blades, unfortunately. Alright, we have a... Yes, we do have some heat, man. Some heat juice left. We got some heat juice. Just gotta wait for him to attack again. Bam! Okay, and we can also use Air Shooter. Air Shooter is not the most effective, but I do actually want to save some Metal Blades for the final boss. Oh, geez. Okay. There we go. Okay, just don't want to die. I mean, I'm not in danger of running out of lives. What am I talking about? I am not in danger of running out of lives. Alright, Airman. Exhale at me. Do your worst. Oh, we actually have his weakness now, too. Airman's weakness is the wood shield, or the leaf shield. This one I cannot explain. Is it because leaves get stuck in his fan? That's my only guess. Leaves get stuck in his fan. Alright, last one. Last one's Heat Man, yeah. We're gonna grab our bubbles. We love our bubbles. We're gonna attack him with bubbles. It's actually not that he's weak to water, it's because he's a gamer and he doesn't like soap. I'm laughing at my own jokes. That's how we know it's getting late, guys. It's getting late. I'm laughing at my own jokes. If mana works like water and is never used, just recycled, then it probably smells like whatever the last spell was used to. That's a interesting observation. Okay, I want to start the final boss with full health, and I have plenty of lives to spare, so I'm just gonna try it with just the Buster for now. We'll do like a fake attempt and a real attempt. This is the fake attempt. None of this matters. Oh, geez. Yeah, this is the super fake attempt because I keep getting hit. Okay. No problem. We're gonna get a full life bar. We're gonna beat him up. Here he is, Dr. Wowie. So we can alternate between jumping and firing up at him. And second boss phase. And this, we just fire up at him. And we're not afraid to use our E-tanks, because we're almost at the end. Huh. Could you guys hear me mashing buttons there? I was mashing pretty hard. Although this controller's pretty quiet, so you probably didn't hear me mashing buttons. Which is good, because I don't want controller noises all over while I'm playing. Oh, psych, it actually wasn't the final boss. Sorry, guys, I tricked you. Haha. I forgot. I thought maybe I should do like a setup for that. Act like I was surprised that it wasn't the final boss. Control Zing your GG emotes. Alright. It's been a long day, guys. I want to say thank you so much for being here again. And, we're gonna get him. And guess what? This dude is an alien. Alright. I hope you all brought... And yeah, aliens are weak to water, just like in the movie Signs. Yeah, it's aliens. They're real. They're here. They're coming to get us. We're in space. He flies in a figure 8 pattern, and as long as you can figure out the figure 8, then he basically never hits you. But if you touch him, you die. You cannot touch him. Because he's made of alien juice, I guess. And alien juice is really bad for robots, so don't touch him, don't get too close. And, oh, whoops, yeah. Don't get too close, but follow the figure 8, and you'll have him done in no time. Just like 3 more hits. Just 1 more hit. Die, you alien scum! Ha ha ha! Oh, it was a hologram. Sorry, guys, he wasn't really an alien. Ah, man, that's really disappointing. Said Jesse as if he didn't already know that that was the end of the game. Oh, man, that was so much... This game is still so much fun. I never get tired of this game, dude. Maybe I should learn to speedrun it. There's a couple games over the years that I have wanted to learn how to speedrun. I've thought about learning to speedrun Ocarina of Time. I've thought about learning to speedrun Pokemon Red. But this is also up there. I'd love to learn the speedrun for this game. By the way, this cutscene makes no sense. It's supposed to show Mega Man walking home, but when I was a kid, it just confused me. I was like, why is it... What's he doing? Why is it changing the seasons? What's happening? But yeah, it's supposed to be Mega Man walking home and the changing of the seasons as he walks home. Which means he must have been walking home for a really long time. That's like a really long walk. That's like a Furret walk right there. That's some Furret walkies going on there. That is some floofy Mimu walking. Back in my day, we had to walk all the way home after our heroic journey. Oh, and he's gonna take off his helmet. He's gonna do it. And there it is. He's finally home. And guess what? Now we get the best song in the game again. Bow, 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 bow. Let's go. When the map app reroutes you around the whole planet? Oh, geez. Yeah, that's what he was doing. He circumnavigated. He walked all the way around the Earth. Thank you for the GGs, Woozy. Thank you for the GGs trick. Oh man, this was so much fun. I got to play 2 of my favorite games in one day. You know, I'm gonna let these credits play out because it's actually not done. The credits version of this song is like a little bonus. In fact, you'll hear it right now. Yeah! Ba-da-da. Ba-ba-ba. Look at all these people. Look at these people who were going by their internet names even before the internet existed. Look at Yuki-chan's Papa. I don't know who Yuki-chan's Papa is, but he's probably like the GOAT. Oh man. Okay, now they're going by their real names. Yeah, for whatever reason, in like every Capcom game, in the early days, they all went by like fake names. You command me to go to bed. We will go to bed after these credits, and also we are gonna find someone to raid or host. Although, I literally just found out that Twitch removed hosting. I don't know how I never noticed. I thought hosting just like became unpopular or something. But no, it's not unpopular. They just removed the ability to do it. And I'm like, what's up with that? What's the deal with that? All right. Let's put on some more phenomenal tunes, and we can all have a little after-school chat. Oh, boy. Everyone, I'd like to thank you so much for being here today. To all of you who are still here, thank you so much for sticking around until the end. And I have to look quickly at my follows to see who's live, who we might be able to say hello to. Who do we got? Woozy, thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna ask the most noob streamer question ever. This is Jesse, noob streamer. To send the raid to someone, do I need to use the stream manager, or can I just type /raid in chat and that will take care of it automatically? Sadistic, have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. /raid in chat. Okay. I know who we are going to raid. We are going to raid the Mama Patat. Guys, do not spoil the raid. Did I mute myself on accident? I think I might have muted myself on accident. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I actually do need to fix my desktop audio and microphone so I don't accidentally do that. So I don't mute myself on accident anymore. But yes, we are going to raid the Mama Patat. She's a super wholesome streamer. And I gotta look for more streamers who stream at this particular time of day, because I mean, a lot of the people I follow, a lot of people I like to watch are usually wrapping up at this time. So, I mean, fair, I'm also wrapping up at this time, but I gotta find more people who are still live, you know? So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I couldn't have thought of a better audience to debut with. And I will see you over at the Mama Patat stream, okay?